Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it. Hello, and welcome to Chromatic Chimera, where tonight we will have episode 3 of WovenRealm Season 2. Thanks for hanging out with us. Excited to get into it. I believe Alex has a little recap for us. So we're going to, before he jumps into that, we are going to take it back to before the climactic ending of last episode. And maybe a few hours before this happens, because Oleander doesn't sleep anyways. So anyways, take it away, Alex.
So I imagine magic people just kind of magically send their letters to each other, like via like I don't know, arcane pigeon or some shit.
Arcane
And it can just
pigeon.
get there. Like, they got the brooches, so it's kind of like a little tracking thing for the Oprix Academy. And Oleander, as you're up late, you receive, you kind of get the little ping on your brooch. You got mail type ping, like the magical arcane tone, like, and a little letter kind of just appears, like a letter in an envelope appears on your desk with the Oprix's like seal stamped on there.
Well, I go ahead and open it.
All right. So the letter reads, "Dear Oleander, I hope this letter finds you well. I can't help but feel concern over the recent news I have heard of Shiverdelve, as you told me you were traveling there. I was relieved to know you were safe, excited even that you were being hailed a hero, but yet still horrified by the events this group you choose to travel with has surrounded you with. I still thank the star I read you survived Shiverdelve. I pen you because I miss you dearly here at the library. I find these halls a little less bright since you left, and there's always a spot for you back here at Oprix if the adventuring life is ever too much. I have to be quite honest. I'm also penning this letter to you because you are my dearest friend, and I know how important your reputation is to you." To my surprise, the Archmage Saren Calvor, shout out Kate, came into the library looking for the Academy Administrator, having an urgent matter to discuss. I must admit, I did eavesdrop, but you know how easy it is to get Arcadia to talk. Anyway, buzz is that Saren got a report about an adventuring party causing problems for the little town of New Dunlin. Firstly, there were rumors that they were mucking about with a dragon in the nearby forest. Then, there were reports of a nude assault on a group of religious ascetics. There was a witness report of a door being broken down by these rustabouts. Imagine my shock when she had mentioned that Lord Emmett stated it was the Emerald Caravan getting up to these shenanigans. On top of that, you have been associating with another known criminal. Oleander, you know that I hold you in great esteem, and I tell you this because I respect you. If you aren't more cautious with how your group operates, Administrator Oprix will have to revoke the caravan's affiliation with the Academy. If that happens, I would have no choice but to have to demote your position here at the library. I tolerated your previous carousing with that Isidore fellow, but I cannot have these types of allegations weighing on the library's reputation. Our funding is already thin enough. Anyway, I hope this letter does not come off as a lecture. I just don't want to have to be forced to make a difficult and heartbreaking decision. I care about you, dear friend, and I'm worried about you out there. Please take care. Godspeed, love. Iris.
Nice. Well,
Woo!
I guess, Oleander, if you want to react to that or just do it later in the session.
I just imagine cutting to combat, pissed off face, like Oleander, super like pissed off, just like.
Kind of like I feel like Oleander sort of like crumples it up and like jams it in fair pocket and is really angry just alone in her room and sort of starts like frustratingly wrecking shit in there like a little bit. She's very tiny and weak, so it's really not that much, but maybe somebody like next to her hears her like knocking over a chair and just cursing a lot in Kovithian. And maybe it takes her a few moments to realize something is going on outside because she's like magic missiling the wardrobe in the inn, like, I'll pay for it later.
Just leaving silver, just angrily counting out silver on the counter more.
Pretty much. She forgot she can't mend stuff anymore, so she's like, fuck, and blows something else up.
And then you have to keep slamming down an extra one for every scuff you're putting on the freaking finish.
Yeah.
Damn it!
I like to think
Yeah.
I like to think that Soren's ghost is just following behind you guys, mending everything. It's like, God, this is so annoying. The afterlife is not very fun. All right, so thank you for the recap, Alex. We are going to jump right into combat tonight, as it seems that the undead form of Reverend Holden Cross in his, I don't know, held up by this giant vine-like creature is kind of assaulting. I'm getting an echo. I don't know if it's me, but...
Yeah, it was too.
Yeah. So this vine-like creature is kind of attacking here. So we already rolled initiative, so we're all set on that end. And up first is actually going to be Shaw. So you all kind of jump up in the middle of the night. Just let me set the scene quick. As all of the houses on this side of the river. So the river is going to be on this right side over here. It's not pictured because the river does bisect the town. So the entire left side of the village has caught ablaze by something, and that's what all these like fire elementals are. They're not actually bad guys. I just didn't have a better icon. So all the houses are on fire. Things are burning around you. You see civilians kind of running in the streets. So there is a stunt for this battle, and it is save civilian. It's just strength or dex plus background plus level. So basically, that's going to take pretty much your entire turn because you have to move and make a roll to check somebody or to save somebody. So it's really a contest of if you would like to save somebody or save yourself. So sit with that as you will. But Shaw, you run out with pants on maybe this time, and and you see all these vine creatures that you saw the day previous that you beheaded, essentially, just sprout out of the ground and have latched onto the burning buildings and are slowly just ripping them apart. In the center, you see right here on this ping, you see the Reverend being held up with the vines through his body, almost like constricting him together, like holding his beheaded body in place. And that's what you see. So feel free to take over.
And this is the Reverend that who I'm the one that's responsible for his head loss, correct?
Yeah, he does not have his head still, so that part is still that stood.
Yeah, I just hate when somebody undoes the work you do on a project.
Right.
It's just like it was fine the way it was, and now I've gotta refuck this guy up because this plant for whatever reason. All right, I'm seeing these two with the red dots. Are they're baddies, correct?
Yep. So those are just the gentleman in the white robes that you encountered the day before in the forest. And there's 4 of those as well, and then the 3 big vines, and then the Reverend in the center.
All right, I guess I have no other. I mean, because I want to get to the Reverend in the center, but these guys seem to be blocking what I want to do. So I guess here I go killing again. So I am going to let's go ahead and hit the left guy.
All right.
We're gonna. Oh, actually, I think I would have to move to hit him so I could do the shield thing and do an attack.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm going to run and hit him with the shield.
Nice.
So let's go ahead and do one of them real quick. Yeet. And then we're gonna add we're gonna add a. Yeah. So that's going to be a 28 to hit for 23 damage.
Wow, yeah, that definitely hits. So you unstrap your shield, just barrel towards this guy, just horns out.
And then I'm going to do a sword attack. So I'm just going to slam the shield into him and then turn around. And hopefully, if things go my way, I would like to cut his goddamn head off.
A test.
28 to hit again and only 16 damage this time.
Let me do math quick. So that is enough to chop his head off. So if you want to describe that, take it away.
So I slammed the shield into him, and I'd like to imagine I did it so hard that the shield actually kind of is in there, and then I just let go of the shield as he's trying to grab and get the shield out. I kind of use the shield as a leveler to just whack. And then I grab the shield from the body, and I just look at his friend do you still want to do you still want to do this? Because that was no problem. That was a stretch. I was warming up.
Oh no, it's gonna be a long battle for those guys. All right.
That'll be my turn.
Yeah, okay. Fenris, you were up next as you see Shaw just... And, you've seen it before, but now he's wearing pants, so it's even more intimidating.
The monster that's being contained.
Fenris would like to give a shit about the civilians and wants to work to try and minimize collateral damage.
1 second. What'd you roll, Constance?
I had a 24.
Oh, sorry. I
No.
thought I had you as a 4.
It's okay.
Sorry, Fenris. Constance is next.
Oh,
No,
shit,
you can
sorry.
go first this time.
Okay, that's fine.
It's okay.
All right, fair enough. Fenris, go ahead. Then we'll go Constance. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I've
My
got
fault.
my sword lit, and I'm just gonna like look for the nearest person and try and get them to safety, fighting off any sort of beasties, plants, or vines that come my way to try and hurt them.
So you're using a stunt? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my dex with this.
Okay. If you're rolling that 20, you're gonna save 2 civilians instead of 1.
Oh, thanks for letting me know about that. I'm that dick GM who's just like, oh, net 20 means.
And if you roll a 1, everybody dies.
The fire burns brighter. Somehow.
I did not add the right modifier for whatever. My initiative actually should be higher. I didn't add the right shit, but that's okay. I'm gonna use my background, lycanthropic curse, because well, that's how I get my physicality in there.
Yeah.
Nat 20, holy shit.
Oh, there you go. So you let's say, just for flavor, you run over to the building next door, you leap out of the Lying Lamb Tavern.
Oh,
and
I
you
love
see
to think
2
like
people.
instead of
Yeah, go ahead.
when I bust out the window and I take on bat form, because Fenris only can take on animals that are associated with the occult instead of like just your. That way I'm limiting myself, so no dinosaurs for me either. And like he turns back into a person. I look for the nearest civilian. And then I'm gonna like bolt for them, and I'm probably gonna also be able to grab a kid or something, or maybe they actually have a pram, and I'm just like able to grab them both. I don't know.
Yeah, so you like run next door and you just shove off a beam quick with your like this adrenaline strength, and you just get like 2 people under it, yank them out, and just like push them towards the river. So yeah, the civilian counter is up to 2. I am keeping track.
And I'll grab that. I'll be like, okay, just continue up the river. You will be safe. Just let the man who now has pants do his thing. Go, get out of here.
They like as do you approach them in bat form?
I turn back into like humanoid-ish. I turn back into like Fenris when I go to aid them. I mean, maybe like when I push them into the river, I turn into a wolf, or maybe when I knock the beam over, I turn into like a wolf momentarily to get some strength.
They probably look like afraid for a second because they don't really know what's assaulting the town. And then as soon as you help them, there's just like this wash of like thank you over their face. And they're kind of like too stressed to really say it, but you can just tell like the gratitude through their facial expressions as you push them away.
And as they're like, don't thank me. You can thank me by living. Get out.
The older sister just grabs her little sister's hand and just like sprints off towards the river.
And he like says that with a growl too to get them running. He's just like, get out.
All right. So 2 civilians saved. I'm keeping track. So Constance, you are up next.
Okay, so first thing first, I'm going to activate my halo, and I'm gonna join Shaw in smacking the big tentacle monster in the middle.
Go for it.
Let's do a smite. Oh, why do I always roll badly on smites? It's gonna be a 15 to hit.
15. That does hit the big vine monster.
Yay!
It's a very big vine monster. It's not too hard to hit.
Uh, 13. No, 11 damage.
11 damage. All right. So you just kind of like vault over the little neat, like waist-high fence and just activate your halo as you run forward and just smite at the same time. And you just see this column of light for the first time that isn't the fire. And it's like bright white light instead of like the orange flames that are just kind of coalescing around the entire town at this point. Anything else you'd like to do?
No.
All right. So up next are the vines in the background. So the vines in the background this turn, because they don't really know you're a threat yet, they are just going to keep attacking the houses and keep ripping the houses apart. So they haven't really caught on yet because, frankly, they don't have a high intelligence score. So Oleander, you are up next.
Sorry, I couldn't find my unmute for a second. I'm like still hitting my Zoom shortcut half the time.
We divorced Zoom, just like
did.
Discord before it.
Did. Ha. Okay, so any of the like buildings that are on fire presumably have civilians in them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think Oleander's gonna take a look at the giant vine creature and Shaw and Constance dealing with and go, "Great job, you got this!" and go to help Fenris. Get civilians.
Oh, thank you.
I'll head to this other house this way, and I'll try and it's the main action, right? To try to save anybody.
Yep.
All right.
You essentially give up your turn and try to save
Right.
somebody.
That's a 14. I don't know if that's
14.
enough.
14 is the DC. So you just you walk over and like you see this beam about to fall and you just outstretch your hands and just magic kind of like tips it back upright a little bit just in time for them to get out. And you watch this man, like let's say it's the bartender Rush for fun. You watch as he just kind of like stop, drops, and rolls out from under the beam. He's like half on fire and he just kind of like water genasi like spurts at it a little bit and puts it out and just like keeps running towards whatever. He's like, "Thank you," and he just like runs off.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess I don't think I have anything I can do for a quick action right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll stay where I am in this zone or start heading to the next house if it seems like there's nobody else in there.
Sounds good. Yeah, that one looks clear. The next house that looks in danger has a giant vine in the front. Right. So
well, then that's what I got next then.
Yep. So you keep on trucking that way. Up next is the Titan Bloom, which is the giant thing in the center of town. It's going to use its quick action really quick. You watch, I guess, Shaw, you would have the best view of this. You watch as the goon in front of you in the white robes, the Titan Bloom reaches down and like a vine like straps over its shoulder and a flower blooms in front of it. The goon takes it in his hands and takes a deep breath and he like pulls the flower away from his face and you can just see like veins in his face as he becomes enraged.
Now, I've heard about stopping to smell the roses, but this is pretty ridiculous. Anybody? I'm by myself right now. Okay.
So that is the Titan Bloom's quick action to empower his allies. And then it's going to swipe at Constance, who swiped at him. Or it, I guess. Man, this dice is not... 12 to hit Constance. I don't even know why I'm asking. So
nope.
Yeah, you just like just crack one of the vines in half with your staff as it just kind of like splits in two. The bloom lets out like a little bit of like a yell, and then like 3 of its heads just swarm around to look at you. And then the next turn is the Reverend on top of it. So Shaw, I need you to make a hard save. So the DC on that is 16. It's just a flat D20 plus nothing.
Well, shit. I got a 15.
Damn. Very close. The rest of you watch. I guess, Shaw, you can't really see this, but Shaw, like a pattern of like hexes just forms in the air around him a little bit. And Shaw, your attacks are -4 until you shed that. So he is not too happy with the guy who killed him today.
I don't agree with that.
I guess when you kill a guy and they come back,
guess he holds a grudge.
What can I say? All right, and then he's going to use his minor action to monologue
ahead of himself. If you know what I'm saying.
Wait, how is he gonna monologue? He has no head.
Exactly. So as like these hexes appear in the area here, now I'm not typically one for conflict, and I wanted to solve this peacefully, people of New Dunland. I really did. And as he's saying, you just hear like echoes through the streets of his voice. But once your mercenaries escalated this by venturing into our territory of the woods and attacking me and my men in broad daylight, well, the children of Eden can't let that slide now, can we? And it's just like his voice is kind of everywhere, and it's terrifying. It's almost echoing through the other vines in the town, so you all have a good. You can all hear it very well.
I'd just like to say in response to that, we did not escalate anything. What I did was I cut his goddamn head off.
Okay, so Azara, you're up next.
I'm going to use my Invocation of Healing, which is a quick action, and then I'm going to go try and save a civilian. You said
sounds good.
Dex or Strength?
Yep, either one. Plus background, plus level.
16.
that's enough. So you managed to just heave like a guy out from under some rubble as like a vine is wrapped around his leg, and you just kind of like swat at the vine and it recedes back into the earth a little bit, and you just push him out from under the rubble. And so that is 4 civilians saved. Again, who knows what the magic number is?
Whoa.
All right, anything else? Okay. Up next are the enraged cult members. And then, yeah, the guy who just smelled the flower is just gonna like look at Shaw, who just murdered his buddy, and just take a swing at him. They're just using their fists. If that.
This is not gonna go well for him. I am, in fact, fighting defensively, so
Oh boy.
he's gonna have a rough time. Oh, buddy.
All right,
You ever wonder
natural
what
20.
it's like to punch a shield?
No. 16.
You gonna have to do better by that by a lot.
Uh-oh. He just like punches you, and you just like slowly lift the shield up to block his punch, just right through his fist.
I like to imagine I don't even do anything. He just punches the armor, and I'm like,
What the fuck
I
do
mean,
you think
it's
was gonna
armor,
happen?
you know that's gonna cost you your head, right?
He just looks down, and the veins in his face is like his like he just kind of droops into a frown slowly.
Yeah.
All right, that's his turn. The other two are just going to run into the fray, kind of seeing what's going on. They're going to cross the river and run over. And then the escalation die is going to be at 1 now, as we're at the top of the order. 1. Oh, well, that didn't work. There we go. That is the smallest text I've ever seen. Perfect. All right. So anyway, Shaw, you're back up at the top of the order.
All right. Well, I made a promise. I told Buddy this is gonna cost him his goddamn head. So I'm a man of my word. So
Promise is a promise.
it's -2 or -4. I have
-4.
All right, putting that into the modifiers, and then yeet. Oh, that
does not hit.
That's a spicy meatball. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do comeback strike, which is once per battle as a free action, make another attack with a -2 penalty after your first fighter attack misses. But I have it as a adventure feat, so I no longer take the -2 penalty.
Nice.
So I'm just going to try that one more time, and let's see if I can collect a motherfucking head. Yeet. How did I get a 0?
You rolled.
And I rolled a 19?
What?
Wait, what is... I'm just gonna use a regular D20. I don't know what the fuck is going on with these numbers.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
All right, so here we go. We'll roll
That's
it.
really weird.
Okay, never mind. This guy is just destined to live then. I try and cut his head once and he dodges, and I try and cut it again and he dodges, and I'm just like, I gotta tell you right now, I'm not having a good time. a lot more fun when it hits and your head rolls, but okay.
He just like smiled. His frown from last round turns back into a smile. He gets some confidence again.
The pants are holding you back, Shaw.
I need to let the monster free.
Should have gotten his kills.
Yep. Oh.
Chris, by the way,
I don't
quick
know this.
favor I have to ask of you.
Uh-huh.
Could you let me know if anyone misses with a nat 1 to 5?
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks.
They probably have so far. I've been rolling.
I just did.
I don't want to hurt you.
Yeah.
I hurt me, Daddy.
Oh, well, in that case.
All right, Constance, you're up next. Now
Now
that the order has been corrected.
All right.
Constance, you didn't see that.
What did I not see?
Don't look at my shame.
Okay. I imagine we're like on opposite sides of this giant of like the Titan bloom, and I actually can't see what's going on. But so I'm gonna try to smite again.
Okay.
18.
18 on the Titan Bloom hits.
Yay! Oh, boo. 7 damage.
7 more damage. All right. You cut another vine as the heads are like whirling around you. At this point, the Reverend, like I keep doing that. The Reverend, maybe that's just his name. I don't know. The Reverend comes face to face with you as the vines move his body up and down, and it's just this really creepy visage. All right. If that's Constance's turn, Fenris, you are up next. Okay.
All right. Fenris is going to continue working to save people because deep down he's a decent person. So I'm just going to do what I did last time. Wait. Hold on. Would you allow me to gain some sort of advantage to saving people if I don't know, cast a spell?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right, let me check my spells really quick because
fun.
I didn't even consider that shit. Ooh, I would like to use Gust to instead of to deal damage to people, I want to use it to push somebody or a group of people to safety or put out the fire in front of them, or maybe use Earth Strength. Use my Earth. I know Earth Strength's supposed to be it gives you an attack bonus, but use my Earth Strength to lift a fucking wagon or some shit.
Sure. Yeah, just take a +2 for whatever spell you want to use and describe it.
All right. Let's roll this shit then. Let's make it happen. All right, come on, Wolf Daddy. Let's do this. Chris, you're not gonna fucking believe this, my guy.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I wish I was bullshitting you, but I'm not.
I'm glad you're not. Yeah, that's good.
That's another nat 20 to save people with a +9, so the total would be 29.
That's awesome. So yeah, are you lifting a wagon? Are you using Gust?
I would like to use just to flavor it as a combination of Earth Strength to punch a wagon up and then Gust to blow it away.
Nice. Yep. All right, cool. That happens. You're at 6 civilians saved now. So you feel like you've cleared out kind of the north end of town, and now the south end, well, besides the oleander building with the vine in front of it. But we'll say everything else north of the Titan Bloom has been cleared out, essentially.
Would I be able to then sprint to the big vine to give Oleander an opening?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right. So then I'm going to have saved them. And then as I'm running for it, I'll be like, all right, Oleander, this section's cleared out. We should move.
Okay. And then the briar vines are up just in time. So the briar vines, where's their stat block? Hello? Oh, they're just going to cast thorns. Cool. All right. So Oleander and Fenris, please make me dexterity saves or checks. Sorry.
No worries. I know they do actually. They do make a point to differentiate between save and check in this. That's important.
I like it.
I'm just rolling really well. That's a dirty
13
20.
with our level.
Oh yeah, shit. That's a 20-something with level.
Okay. So Oleander, these dice, I'm gonna retire them. Oleander, you take 5. Fenris, you take 2 points of damage, as both these thorns just whip out of this vine at you, and you just are covered in a hail of thorns. But luckily, you're able to kind of avoid the majority of it. Apparently,
and I was the one who was an abomination to nature.
Fair point. The other one, that's fine. And then Oleander, you're up. It's still kind of blocking the door, but you think that with Fenris there, maybe it's distracting it a little bit.
Okay. I'm curious, if I use my action to summon my skeletons, can I have them use their turn to make the save attempts? I mostly just want to get them out.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Because I don't like how many things there still are in here. Sorry, my skeletons roll just a flat 15 using my own stats for it because I don't know their strength or dex.
That's fine. 15 is better. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So I think the thorns hit Oleander, and she looks at her dress once again, all torn up, and just goes, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I bring a hand up, and all of these 4 skeletons come up, and I just point them towards the building and go, "Make sure the way is clear," and have them go to just burning, going into the burning building, their skeleton bodies like moving things to get people out, which is probably terrifying for anyone in there. But
you just look inside and you see like 3 skeletons just like on fire, like flames coming out of the mouth and eye holes, and they're just like
Terrifying but efficient.
yeah, they're just walking around. They're just checking the perimeter out. They manage to like, they're not as gentle maybe, so they just like kind of chuck a guy out the window, and he just like rolls and just
I
runs
like
off.
help him up. I'm like, it's okay, get out of here.
Those are mine. Those are mine.
I mean, Oleander's all about recycling, okay?
Listen, I'm the most environmentally friendly. I don't know what this guy's problem is.
Perfect. All right. Is that your whole turn? I don't know how.
Yeah, that's all my actions because I used their turn to make the save attempt. So.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So the Titan Bloom is up next again. It is going to make 2 attacks because it is a big thing. Okay, Fenris, there's your natural 3.
All right, I'm going to use an ability.
Okay.
As a free action, I'm going to use Curse of Chaos. I'm going to turn it into a natural 1, and then I get to improvise a curse about their ability backfiring. So what exactly are they doing?
They're just trying to grapple Constance.
Yeah, they're going to just, instead, when they go to grapple Constance is just going to burst into flames that don't harm her, and we're going to just, I don't know how many damage do you say that's going to deal to it, but...
Just roll a normal attack, whatever your normal sword damage is.
All right.
Because that's fire anyways, kind of.
All right, so that'll be... All right, just a second. I have to do some quick math because I suck at that. Also, Druid has too many fucking abilities.
Yeah, it's like a chapter of the book.
Right. That's gonna be 10 regular damage plus 2 fire damage in case that makes a difference.
Okay, we'll just call it all fire.
It'll all be all fire because
Yeah.
Constance did burst into flames. So yeah, Fenris will turn around, like point his sword towards Constance, and then just like say some words in lower Gothic, the language of demons, and like Constance just bursts into like these like red flames.
Very badass.
I get to glow so many colors.
Yeah, so many. Unfortunately, on the other attack, it rolled a natural 19 for a 27. So that one, does that hit Constance?
27, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Bye-bye, Halo.
Oops, where'd my dice go? No! Alright, well. There we go. There we go, that's a lot of damage. 16 points of damage.
Yay.
As the flames kind of envelop one vine, but as you're kind of startled by it, the other vine just rotates around the body and just whaps right across your head and kind of sends you flying a little bit, just for narrative. And you're still on your feet, but you are not feeling as well as you were a second ago.
Yep.
That's the Titan Bloom's turn. And then the Reverend, he's got some bullshit to spew.
Reverend.
He's being like piloted by the Titan Bloom essentially, and his like vine form just outstretches into the air, and he's above all of you, and you hear him call out, you don't think I know who you are, looking for your little hearts, thinking you can change the world. I wish Gorgoth would have killed you when he had the chance. I guess I'll just have to do it for him. And he is going to cast Enrage. So I would like, who hasn't been affected much yet? Let's go with Fenris because he saved the most civilians.
Oh.
And Azara because he hasn't messed with her yet. So
my
I need
favorite PC to hurt.
I was hoping
Reese.
you'd forget me.
I need you both to make intelligence saving throws, please.
Fine, intelligence.
Checks.
Is that with the background level shit?
Just level.
All right.
No backgrounds?
No
No
backgrounds.
backgrounds.
Shit. Don't forget my
13.
invocation. Oh, that's a natural 18. So
Oh, you're fine.
21.
Yeah, Azara's fine. You've seen more, tricks of the mind than the Reverend can pull on you. Fenris,
I
what'd
was
you roll?
manipulated by a cult leader my whole life. You can't touch me.
I know cult's tricks. What did you roll, Fenris?
13.
Okay, I'm gonna have to ask you to make a swing at a civilian, please.
Fuck. Just a second. I have to find my sheet again. I have too many
That poor guy, one of my skeletons just tossed out a window,
All right.
He's not a very nice
Like,
Reverend.
helping him up.
Fuck. Why is it a good roll when I'm attacking a civilian? Dirty 20.
Alex did just message me and said, I'm rolling hot.
Oh no, I was like, I'm sorry, I'm rolling so hot tonight, man.
All right, so go ahead and roll damage, I guess.
Yeah, okay. Oh look, that's minimum damage. What do you know?
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Ooh, fuck. 13 points of damage total. I can even add. I can even apply the.
Hey, don't forget that you had that invocation that I activated.
The one to make it the 15 instead.
Yeah, I don't know. It's currently only 1 point because of the escalation die, but I don't know.
And I'll hold on to that. I'll just attack the civilian. It actually makes narrative sense for Fenris, TBH. So.
Yep. So you watch as this civilian falls. A little dark, a little gruesome, but
Yeah, so I like to think Fenris for a second turns into like a werewolf and just like snaps out at a civilian just running by and accidentally kills them without thinking. And he just kind of shifts back and he's just like, fuck.
fuck. The Reverend just calls out, like, you just hear it. Fenris, only you hear this. And it sounds like he's right behind you whispering. And he says, you're the monster, not me, friend.
Yes. Because Oleander's like right there, like, are you okay?
That's wonderful.
And Azara, it's your turn.
Okay, so that man is definitely dead.
You probably didn't see it happen.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, so you don't really know, I guess, if that guy's dead or not, but he's probably dead.
Okay, I didn't see it. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I wasn't involved.
Yeah, that seems fair.
This is not my problem. I have other things to deal with. Are there more civilians in trouble?
Yep,
What?
on the south side of town, the lower half of the map.
I would like to attempt to save them, please.
Yeah, go for it. Strength, dex plus background plus level.
Ooh, shit. Only a 13.
Oh, that's one under what you needed. So we'll say that you just run up and this like wagon has overturned on top of this like small family of 3, and you're just like heaving it up as hard as you can, but you can't quite get it like the wagon off of them. So they're not dead or anything, but you could try again next turn if you want. But
I am Dexy. I am not strong.
yeah. Okay. Sounds good. The enraged cult members are up next. The guy's gonna try to take another swing at Shaw, knowing that this encounter has gone back and forth for him.
I mean, you can try, buddy. I'm kind of rooting for you a little bit. I mean, when you dodged my blade twice, I was like, you know what? This guy's got moxie.
That's a 19.
Oh no. But you get better though.
He just like cracks you across the jaw and you don't even feel it. You're just like, okay.
I mean, the key thing to remember is you got to use your hip. You're going straight elbow. You gotta use your hip.
Just for flavor, he doesn't actually get 2 attacks. He just takes another swing, trying to take your advice quickly in the heat of the moment. And the other 2 are gonna keep running.
I like him. Can I keep him?
You could choose not to behead him, I guess.
No, I can't.
That's one of Shaw's moves. Okay, and then next up, as you see this battle unfolding, you see on top of the one of the buildings, you see a guy crawl out of the top story window, and it's Emmett Logano, and he has like a crossbow in one hand, and he just like takes a shot at the Reverend. Hey, I said it right. He rolls a 1. Epic. These are really cool dice. I like them a lot. So you watch as Emmett just like tries to be all heroic, and then the bolt just like sails off into the distance, and he's just like on his knee reloading.
I just like to think this crossbow string just snaps instead of shooting the bolt. Just shit.
Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. It's like the wind-up crossbow. He's like, all right. Escalation die to 2. And then
Thanks
Shaw,
for the
you're up.
exacting vampire.
All right, we're gonna try this one more goddamn time, and I think I gotta take my own advice. It's all in the hip. Does the 15 hit?
15 against the it does. Yep.
All right, so that's gonna be 20 points of damage.
Okay. Still alive, kinda.
All right, and then I would like to grab him and use my lightning
Oh God.
on him, and him. So
Okay.
they're about to take 2d8.
Sounds good. 6. All right.
Heal up, because I do believe, yes, deadly assault. Flexible melee or ranged attack, triggering roll any natural even hit. Reroll any ones from damage, and I'm stuck with the reroll. So we're gonna roll that d8 one more time.
That's good.
There we go. So that's gonna be 11 points of damage to all three of these guys.
All right. The guy that you had been going back and forth with is just electrocuted. He's just like on the ground now.
Oh, look at him twitch! Usually I just burn people to death. This is new. Thanks for the helmet, Constance.
So he's down.
Constance, like from the other side of the monster, is just like, "Oh, you are welcome."
The bloom.
I'm just,
Bloom
and
takes it.
I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this guy like, are you fucking for real? Like, are we really gonna do this?
He's just got his dukes up. He's running at you. Look, they're brainwashed by their cult leader. All right.
I admire the gusto, but really, this is starting to get a little bit out of hand.
Jesus, how many cults are there?
At least one more. Constance, you're up.
All right. We smiting again, just cause
Smite
why
fight.
not? We smiting, we fighting. That's only a 13.
13 to hit misses, unfortunately.
Yeah, sad. Okay, so I'll just take my free action to cry.
You got it. Easy enough to do. All right. After that, Fenris, you were up. You just slayed a civilian.
So Fenris is just kind of looking at his hands covered in blood for a moment. And he just kind of is just like, you want a monster. So be it. And it takes on werewolf form, or actually, instead of, as he begins shifting, Oleander, you're the only one who really notices his horns begin curling into these wicked-looking antlers, and he kind of takes on almost this gaunt appearance that's like almost an amalgamation of various occult animals, like a wolf. Perhaps it looks like he's wearing a cloak made of like just skin, like deer hide, and he just looks at this vine creature, is just like, and now you die. And I'm going to be using my leopard aspect, so you're gonna have to let me know if an enemy misses with a nat 1 or 1 to 4, because then I get an additional standard action on my turn with that. And with that, I'm gonna make an attack.
Sweet.
All right. I'm gonna attack this big ass vine in front of me.
Mhm.
Okay, it's a natural even hit. If it hits, 17 plus 2,
Yep.
19.
That hits.
All right, so that's going to be, because of what I rolled on the nat, that's going to be a d10 for the damage as I lash out with like this just almost like a talon towards this creature. And wait, I need to be doing more damage. Hold on. Okay, 18. 18 points of damage.
Nice. Yeah, so you just like reach out with your talons and like claw away all the vines that are like collecting over the windows and door frame, and you just like claw right through it, like bisecting it in half, and the vines just kind of like, it's, the creature's not dead, but it like recedes back into the ground, so it is no longer blocking that door. Anything else?
And then I'm gonna turn towards the Reverend and just kind of begin like running like almost like a beast towards that way.
Yeah, you're just like jumping over houses and fences.
Yeah, just climbing up like the sides of
parkour
houses
shit.
and like just parkour, like maybe like stomping like a goon's face in on the way.
the beheaded one. That's
Yeah, exactly. Just making it real, like monster-like, you know.
Mhm. Cool. Briar Vines are up next. One of them is fighting Emmett on top of this house now as he's reloading his crossbow. He's like has a dagger out with his other hand because he again forgot his sword, and he's just like fending them off on the top of the roof. And so we won't roll for that one. And then the other one is going to move over and just sprout out behind Shaw, as he's kind of the center of all of the violence right now. And it's going to do a Thorn Storm attack at Shaw. That's a 23. That one might actually hit Shaw.
I mean, almost.
Oh my god.
I'm 24.
Wow. So yeah, you feel like again like these thorns just like spray at you from this vine and just like paint a circle around you, just all around you.
I'd like to imagine if like it's this like epic climactic like attack of thorns and he blocks with the shield. He just goes, "Oh, pollen! Damn it!"
We got him. We found his weakness. Pounce on him, boys. Give him allergies.
Anybody got some of that there, Clarendon?
Oh my
Claritin.
god.
All right. Well, that's their turn. Oleander, you're up.
Amazing. So I think Oleander just sort of like concernedly watches Fenris transform and bound off. And I'll wave my skeletons on and just go this way. I'm gonna send my skeletons on to deal with the vine creature that just popped up behind Shaw. And I'll throw. Actually, can I actually see this dude who's like behind
Mhm.
this house? He hasn't actually done anything yet, right?
Nope, he's just sprinting in.
Okay. I'm gonna assume then that he just saw Fenris tear a dude apart. And I'm just gonna sort of make like eye contact with him and like and like keep going. Like this is your fucking chance, dude. And I'm gonna magic missile at the vine creature messing with Shaw and have my skeletons make their attacks.
Okay. Sounds good.
2 of my skeletons definitely missed. 2 made 16 versus AC.
Yeah, 16 hits.
Sweet. Oh wait, no, actually I think those deal a flat damage. Let me double check. It's been a while since I actually used my skeletons. Okay, so that's 6 damage total. Each deals 3. And then I'm dealing 12 negative damage with my
Nice.
ultimate magic missile. I rolled max on both my d4s.
Nice.
Yeah, so just these jagged bolts of like glowing black energy, like tearing vine chunks off.
Yeah, and that one actually recedes into the ground as well. Again, the creature itself is not dead, but it took enough damage to recede back in and be a little bit afraid. So
All right.
it is gone.
Then I'll hobble over to this sort of intersection so I can see better.
Okay.
But that'll be my turn.
Sounds good. And the Titan Bloom is up next. I need everyone. Yeah, I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw, please. Check.
What's
Sorry.
the effect going to do? I actually need to know.
Poison.
All right, let me check my thing real quick.
Well, that's a nat 20, which means it's an 18.
I think I'm resistant
Nice.
to poison. Alex,
If we were level 3,
Yeah, you do because of your boon. You have resistance to it,
which
or you're like basically, yeah. You'll be fine.
okay. Well, I rolled an 18 plus 4, so it would be a 22.
Okay.
If it matters.
14.
10.
10.
Hold
Okay.
on, sorry. My
You're good.
thing was for whatever reason was not working. So let's try this again. Yeet.
There you go. So everybody above a 18 takes,
Including
including 18,
18?
takes 12 points of poison damage. Everybody below it takes 24.
Well, I'm
Oh
unconscious.
fuck! I'm still up, but that just staggered my ass.
That staggered me. Well,
I was staggered.
I'm hanging on by a thread.
Oleander
watch-
just shows up and drops immediately.
I'm here, team. You watch as the bloom itself, it just pulses and just bubbles up with something inside of it, and like its blood just boils if it has blood, and it just explodes out into a cloud of poison. So it is dead. It is self-destructed, but the Reverend still stands in its wake. And yeah, that's its turn.
I'm actually going to use Heavy Warrior to half that damage.
Okay, yeah,
So
sounds good.
so now I'm not so dying.
So dying.
Now I'm just fucking mad.
And then the Reverend is up next. And he is going to start. You watch as like as the Titan Bloom explodes, like all these vines that were once in the Titan Bloom, like wrap around the Reverend and like kind of. Sorry, trigger warning for body horror. I'll give everyone a second. They just kind of like wrap his body back together, so his head like kind of flops back onto his body. His arm kind of like pops back into place, and he is just this creature. And you can see like inside of him, like vines kind of wrap around and collect himself. Basically, that was as PG as I can put it. So sorry.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And you watch as he just begins just running towards Emmett's house that you had previously been in. And he calls back and he's like, "Don't think I forgot about that prisoner in your basement, Duke." And he just starts running off towards Emmett's house. And Emmett just from the ceiling is like, "Shit!" And he's like, "Go!" And he just like points towards the Reverend to you all as he's fighting off the vine creature on the roof. And Azara, you are up next.
Oh shit. Okay. Well. Okay. Well. So here's the problem.
So here's the.
There are still civilians who need to be saved, right? But my friend is unconscious. Let me check. My abilities real quick. Okay, my healing spell. Sorry. Go ahead. What?
I'm sorry to interrupt. I have threatening. Would the Reverend have been able to leave my square without making a roll?
No. Let's have him make a roll. What is it?
Yeah, whenever an enemy attempts to disengage from you, it takes a penalty to its check equal to my dexterity or constitution modifier.
Okay. What is that penalty?
So that penalty for him is going to be a 2.
Okay. He rolled a 24.
Oh well, fuck me.
Well, sorry, a 22.
Okay, never mind.
I didn't put the penalty, even though you explicitly told me what it was. So.
It's okay. I'm pretty sure you made it.
Okay. So he just runs off and kind of gives you like a vine middle finger, and is running away. So back to Azara. You're literally holding the cart, but your friends are dying.
Okay, that was a quick action. So can I try and save these civilians and then run to Oleander and use heal?
So I think in the system, your move is your quick action, right? Is that a thing, or am I getting?
I actually think that was an age thing.
That's system.
Let me
bleed?
check
Okay.
again.
Yeah, I'm
Let
pretty
me-
sure it's standard, quick, and like movement.
Okay. Then yeah.
yeah.
Pretty sure.
So basically, yeah, you get like 2 different kinds of actions, standard and quick. And then when it's not your turn, there are things like there are other things like free actions, which is self-explanatory, as well as interrupts, which requires some other set of conditions to be met. And interrupts just basically a reaction. A free action can also be a reaction.
But I think movement is its own thing.
I think so too.
Let me double check real quick. I think it's actually it does have its own action. On your turn, you can take 1 standard action, move action, and quick action, and a handful of free actions in any order.
Great.
Okay. Yep.
So I'm going to
Thank
attempt
you,
to save
SRP.
those innocent. Whoa! And drop my dice twice. It's 15 on the dice
Yeah.
plus a bunch.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, I will free them, and then I will run to Oleander and use my heal ability, which you can use a free recovery, and I have a thing for this, I think. 1 moment, please.
Yep.
You also had hit points equal to double my level, so 4.
Sweet. I'm back up at 10 hit points now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, Oleander will sort of wake up and get back to her feet. Like, oh, Dunka, Zara. Did I miss anything important?
Not really. You know, we're still being threatened by, this.
Okay, good.
Be
Just
careful.
dusting myself off.
All right. Successful turn, and the enraged cult members, they are going to try to punch Shaw one more time. I feel like it's kind of their last shot here as the walls are closing in. Yeah, that's not 21.
What's your name, fella?
Luke.
Luke. Come on, Luke.
He's trying, man.
It's your lucky day, because I'm
Roland.
going to chase your boss and fuck him to death with this sword. But if it worked, it'd be your turn.
Fantastic. He just kind of like takes his brass knuckles off and just kind of like puts them on the ground.
And then as Shaw's like, it's your lucky day, I'm going after your boss. You just hear this just sinister.
Oh,
I'm
poor
sorry
Luke.
if that was too hard. He's really upset at this guy.
That's a bit too much.
I'm so sorry. Apologies.
All right, so Emmett is up next. And Emmett is going to try to disengage with this thing because he is also concerned about whoever this prisoner is in his house. And he fails, so the vine just like pulls him upside down and like yanks him into the air and just like slashes across his chest, and he just has this like big like wound open on his chest now. Yeah, Emmett is not.
Okay, can I ask a quick question? What is with everyone in Maywood in these fucking basement prisons?
You go find out. It's totally Soren. Just kidding. He's dead. Escalation die at top of the order. So he goes up to 3. Whoops. And then Shaw, you were up.
So I think I have to roll to disengage with Luke.
Yeah, or you can just take like an opportunity attack, like 5e.
I'll take an opportunity attack from Luke, and I'm just gonna like run past him like Luke.
He just put his brass knuckles down, so he's not even gonna try. He's just gonna like pat you on the back as you run by.
And as I run by Constance, can I just like take off my helmet and drop it next to her for a second?
Sure.
And then I would just like to take my full action to chase down the Reverend.
Okay. So you're just sprinting off over here towards him.
Yes.
Okay.
And
So
I'm pretty sure that'll take my whole action to move that far.
yeah. So like you are pretty much right on his heels because he was like a step in front of you and he used his full action as well. So you're like just keeping pace even. And yeah.
Nobody unbehead someone I beheaded. That's so rude.
Then Constance, you're up.
What am I supposed to do with the helmet?
I mean, you can just pick it up or you can leave it there. He
Okay.
just needs it
Con-
to not be on him.
Aerodynamics, baby.
Constance will add it to the other stuff she's carrying constantly. And then she's gonna run towards this scary serpent thing in like the right side of this bottom right.
Okay.
I'm gonna run towards that and I'm gonna attack it. I don't even know if I have any smites anymore. 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Yay. Ooh. 13 damage.
13. Okay, same thing as the other people who have attacked vines. You cut through a few. You cut through the one holding Emmett up, and he just like clatters his like leather armor, just smashing into the roof of the building. And again, the creature is not necessarily dead, but it recedes down into the ground where you can no longer see it. And that's pretty much everybody on this battlefield. So if we just want to, Luke's just gonna run away, and then this guy, the other guy that
I wanted to
watched
run.
Fenris,
I'll just turn around and have the total chimera just maul this last guy. Then real good.
Okay. Yeah, he's
Oleander was back off too.
Yeah.
Also.
He's just
Did
kind
you
of
just
standing
kill
there.
Luke?
I'm killing the guy
Luke
who's
ran
not
away.
Luke. The not
Okay.
Luke.
Can we get a Luke spinoff?
Amazing.
The next one-shot character.
We do a one shot where we all just play these poor NPCs that we've mercilessly
It's
made fun of.
It's like, hey, remember when the Emerald Caravan fucked you over too? Yeah.
I
Well,
sure do.
we're going in.
Let's
It's
exterminate
like the
them.
case
Actually, the
coaches all
Dragonfly
over
credit
again.
taught me to throw a punch, so. I mean, he did behead my brother, but I do.
Luke and Duke.
You win some, you lose some.
All right, so let's go to a quick break, and then we're gonna pick this up back in the in Emmett's house for battle number 2, because that's kind of
Oh, for
Oh,
battle
yay.
number 2.
Yeah, well, I'm
okay.
glad I didn't
Here
use
I
all
am.
my
Oh, man, I
smite.
need to
Oh,
Yeah.
oh no. Are we all
I've
gonna
still
be
got a
together for
gaggle
battle
of
number 2?
skeletons,
Because
by the way, just hanging out with us.
I was gonna use this opportunity to go full berserk, but if they show up, it's gonna be awkward.
all right. So we're gonna go to break, and then we'll discuss logistics for battle number 2.
Oh no.
All right, see y'all in a minute. Bye.
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 Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard, to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
Woo! Welcome back. We
Yes.
just left the party as they were chasing the Reverend across town. He mentioned something about the prisoner that Emmett was keeping in his basement, and he ran off towards Emmett's manor, if you will. And so we are going to pick up as Shaw right on the heels of the Reverend, everybody else right behind him. Just for narrative, we're all going to arrive at the same time. And so Shaw, you're a little bit ahead as you watch the Reverend just like you're just trucking after this guy, and he's just using the vines to like almost like jumping across vines through the city. And as you all run through the city, you realize that the sector that you are fighting in is not the only place to be affected. There is vines growing throughout this city. There are buildings being brought under. So even if you did, the biggest takeaway you can have is at least we saved most of the civilians, because this town is going under whether your influence is here or not. And it is just burning rapidly at the same time. The vines are just wreaking havoc through the windows of shops. So you make it to Emmett's manor. His manor is on fire, but vines are not crawling through it. You run up the stairs behind the Reverend as he walks in, and he takes a beat in the living room where you sat having tea with Emmett the day before and lunch. And he takes a beat and he looks around. It's like, yeah, this place used to be quite familiar to me, but Emmett's loyalties lie somewhere else. That damn queen of his. And you watch as the Reverend just basically vines just grow out of his body, and we are going to go back into combat. So the escalation die is going to shift up to 4 here. Or I'm going to delete it. God.
I'll get it for you.
Okay. Escalation die is going to shift to 4. And Shaw, you were up first, which is fitting because you were, thank you, Alex, because you were the first person behind him.
I would like to imagine the more he ran, the more upset he got, and now his eyes are like literally burning. Like he's got fire coming out of his eyes and his mouth. And he is now enraged. And when he sees the Reverend, he goes, "Nobody undoes my work." And I am going to have him attack. And because he's raging, he's going to roll 2d20s. And so and I'm going to take the higher, which is 18, and as long as it's above 11, it is a critical. So that being said, I'm going to roll my 4d10 plus 5 damage. That's actually plus
23.
10, not 5.
Plus
So that's 28.
Where'd my little tracker go? So you carve into the Reverend as you run through, just raging through the door. You kick the door in as he shut it behind you, and it just goes flying off the hinges and hits him. At the same time, you just cleave him with your sword, and he just has this it's like in what's that movie where whatever, his sword like embeds into his clavicle and it's just like stuck there. But there's like it's weird because you're cutting through vines, not tendon and skin. It's just vines and earth that is
Ironclad?
inside of him. I don't remember the movie.
Sorry, it's gonna bug me.
And I would like to go into my fighting defensively stance after I just kind of pull the sword out of from under this guy. Oh
Okay.
wait, I did run. Oh wait, no, that's once per battle. Never mind. All right, yep. So that's my turn.
Okay, sounds good. He's still standing, just kind of like smiling cockily as my villains tend to do. Constance, you are up. As you're right on Shaw's heels, you make it to the top of the steps.
You're muted.
All right, I'm gonna run at him and attack with one of my very last smites. It's gonna be over 20.
That hits.
Okay. Ooh, I almost got max damage. Ooh, ooh,
Uh-oh.
ooh, ooh, ooh. Let me do some math real quick. $22 damage? Holy shit. Nice.
Nice. So yeah, you and Shaw just like tear into this guy at the same time, just swords on each clavicle. You just pull him out in synchronization just at the same time, and he's just vines are shattered across the floor. Earth is spread out in front of you instead of blood. Anything else?
No, I'm feeling pretty good.
Feeling good. All right, Fenris.
All right, so in beast form, Fenris will just kind of bust through like one of the walls, and then as he's busting through, kind of just shapeshift into like this, almost like a fox spirit in flames, almost made of flames, like the pipe fox. If anyone's heard of those from Japanese folklore, it's like this elemental fox spirit of flames and smoke. And as he does so, he just kind of lets out this howl, and these 3 flame moths kind of spawn from the flame and begin flying towards the Reverend as I cast Fairy Fire.
Cool.
And then I'll be shifting back into my normal shape.
Okay. What does Fairy Fire do?
I'm going to make an attack versus his PD, and then it's going to deal damage and leave him vulnerable, depending on how well I do.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta, where's my character sheet? I just had it. I have too many things going on. 18 plus 2, 20 plus the escalation die. 24 versus PD.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, 3d6 damage, and he's going to be vulnerable with a hard save ending that. So our crit ranges will expand by 2. So natural 18 to 20 will be a crit on him until he's not vulnerable anymore.
Sounds good.
And then he's going to take 11 plus 3, 14 points of fire damage as these moths embed into like the various earthy growths in the room.
Earthy growths. Fantastic. All right, Oleander.
Okay. So he's literally the only real target in here, right?
Yep,
All
just
right.
him.
I'm gonna point and send my skeletons in and just go take care of that for me. And I'm also going to, like, as I point at him, I'm gonna cast Death's Gauntlet, which I actually rolled an 18 on. So with Fenris's thing, that makes it a crit, I believe, right?
Fuck yeah, it does.
Yep.
Man.
That means he takes 10 ongoing negative damage. Each of his turns. He has to spend a standard action if he wants to, like, swat away the spirits that Oleander has now conjured around him that are just like clawing at him with these creepy ghostly hands.
Nice.
I think a bunch of them probably look like villagers that he like maybe just helped kill.
Oops.
Whoops. So now he gets to sort of like face them right now. Just these like ghostly wraiths surrounding him, scratching at him. And my skeletons rolled versus AC. I'm guessing a 12 is gonna miss. Will a 19 hit?
19 hits.
Okay, then that's gonna be 3 hits, so 9 damage for my skeletons.
3 more. All right. Oh, 9 more. Okay. Cool. So yeah, he's looking rough, but it is his turn after all, and he's going to use one of my favorite abilities title in the game, Obliterate. So he's going to get to choose 2 targets. He's going to choose Shaw and Constance as they were right in front of him. So with his quick action, he also gets to know. I already kind of know this because I'm the DM, but it just for meta wise, what is Shaw and Constance's mental defense scores?
Oh, 16. 16 physical, 14 mental.
14 mental.
Oh, so sorry, I read that wrong. It's 14 for both.
Okay, so just so he is aware. All right. So that he's going to target mental defense because this ability allows him to target physical or mental based on the lower one. And he rolled a 25 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
All right. That's 7. Okay, that's 17 points of damage. As both of you watch, or I'm sorry, 27. I counted wrong.
Oh, yay!
That's a big difference, yeah. 27 points of damage as the 3 vines just coalesce all around this building, just through the windows, from the floor, and just stab into you with the thorns on the ends of them.
So, what's it called when you only have 5 HP left?
You're more than
Staggered.
staggered.
Okay.
Dead. All right. So as he deals that, that is the end of his turn. Oh, actually, he's going to use his quick action as well.
Don't
His
forget to
quick
roll
action.
his hard save too.
Oh yeah. 13. So nope.
He takes his 10 negative damage too.
So his quick action, you watch as the vines just pull him underground, and he is now on the 2nd floor, and the hole closes up behind him. So you will have to find the stairs to pursue after him.
Does that count as disengaging?
Not for this roll from this ability.
Fuck, he just left us with a raging berserker.
Yeah.
Lagano's not here yet, though, right?
He is not.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I could make the save and not kill everybody.
We'll see.
Famous last words.
We'll see. I played Wizardry 8 and watched my fighter cut down my whole party too.
Well, when he leaves, then I guess Oleander's just gonna be like, we need to follow him. Shaw?
I suppose now's as good a time to make that roll as ever.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Oh, you don't. You don't. It's not a skill roll. It's just a hard save.
Oh, it's just a hard save? Well,
yeah. It's meaner than that.
Oh.
My
16.
invocation is still up. Friendly reminder.
okay. Well, folks. Okay.
It's at random. You don't get
Nice.
to pick who you're hitting.
Yep. So I
Wait,
guess
what do you need to roll to save?
It's
So
a hard save.
It's just
so
a
it's
flat
just a
save.
flat.
Yeah,
So-
you don't add anything.
You can though. My invocation's up, so you can add the escalation die.
Oh wait,
But
it's
it's
a
not a
10.
death
Never
save.
mind. It's just a 10. What'd you get?
No, my
Oh!
invocation is up.
No wait, I'm checking the ability that I wrote. I made it a 10 because I was like, oh, we're not gonna. It's 16 plus on the fire resistance. I
Yeah.
confused myself.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm good.
Sweet.
I am going to definitely use I'm going to use my action to use a recovery. Or my quick action to use a recovery because I can do that.
Wait, you got a 10? I mean a 7 actually.
Yeah, but with the
Oh.
escalation die, that is 11.
You don't add. Do you add escalation to hard saves, Chris? I don't remember that.
He's using my invocation.
That's a plus what 2?
Yeah, so he's still
No,
fails.
no, it's +4. It's
Oh.
the
It's
escalation
4.
die.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
is
then
it?
yeah,
Oh,
then
is it?
yeah.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. That's sorry.
Yeah.
I'm.
So my
That's where I was
passive
lost.
ability is for all death saves. My invocation is for any save.
Right.
Sorry, I confused
Cool.
myself. Sorry.
All right, so I'm gonna
No, you're good.
use my quick action for a recovery, and then my regular action for. Wait, it's not my turn. Never mind. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, it's just you were just raging.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
So,
you're good. No
um,
worries.
can I save that roll for?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So as we're kind of like loosey goosey out of combat here, kind of as you kind of need to pursue him downstairs to continue the fight, you watch as Emmett, like bloodstained, gets to the top of the stairs, and he's like, "Third door on the left." As he watches the Reverend just like plunge under the ground. So Azara, it is now your turn.
I'm gonna throw out my invocation of healing and also give Constance a heal.
Thank you.
Invocation of healing. Which one is that?
It just means I get an extra use of my heal spell this battle.
Oh, okay.
So do I just
And-
use a recovery?
Yes, and you add 4 to it, and use a free recovery. Don't spend one of yours.
I mean, I have enough. It's okay. But all right.
Well, I don't know what we're about to get into.
Fair.
Valid.
And that's my turn.
That's that. Emmett spent his turn out of order. So Shaw, you are up again.
All right. So now I'm gonna use my recovery. Quick action recovery and then regular action recovery because I am dying.
Constance, you're up. Oh, sorry, Shaw.
I was just gonna say that I use my movement to head into the direction of the Reverend. So I'm trying to go up. I'm going up the stairs.
So you fling open the door. It's actually down. So you're going down the stairs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you start running down. You're like halfway down the stairs. You can kind of see around the corner. There's like a jail cell in the corner, and the Reverend's standing in front of it, holding onto the bars.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to use your whole turn, since Shaw used a lot of his to like do recoveries, if you wanted to use your action, you could reach the Reverend with your movement. Okay. 23 hits. And he's very hurt. How do you want to do this, Constance? Just a hack and bonk. This man's poor head. Constance, you just run up from behind as he's like talking to the guy behind the bars and just like pile drive it back into the earth where he came from, and his whole body is just like collected. Fantastic. So yeah, you just watch as like the vines like drag his body back underground. So he's dead for now, but if you know anything about the Reverend at this point, the vines still have a hold of him.
Yeah, I'm gonna just start burning those vines on sight. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I get down there, I'm just taking my sword and plunging it into the vines and saying some
Yeah.
druidic prayer. That's like, be gone, you foul, defiling presence.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna scorch that shit with some holy light, please.
So you manage, between the two of you manage to burn away the rest of the Reverend's body. Shaw, you probably get to behead him again if you want, as his body is just in the ground. No, it's really it's
Shaw is actually because this lasts for 5 minutes. Is there an empty jail cell?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shaw's going to stab his sword into the ground and very calmly and very quietly just walk in the cell, close it, pray to God it locks behind him, and just sit down. And he's murder staring anybody that looks at him.
And Fenris will take on like dire wolf form and just sit in front of the frickin' cell and make sure Shaw's not getting out of there.
So Emmett runs down the stairs, and he's like, "All right, the Reverend's gone. It looks like. Alchem, we got to get you out of here." And he like runs up to the bars and he starts like jingling his keys. Behind the bars, you see he looks elven. He's got the traditional pointed ears. That is a telltale signs of elves. But his skin is green and it almost looks like thorns have sprouted from it. And it's very strange. He also has vines running over his body, over his gauntlets, over his pants. He looks very well fed and very well dressed for a prisoner.
He's not getting out because Fenris is taking on tiefling form and slamming Emmett into the wall and just being like, "Why the fuck is there someone down here? And why is this Reverend so hell-bent on destroying this town that he would come here? No one's leaving this jail until I have fucking answers.
I saved his fucking life. Now get off of me." And he just like goes for the keys again.
And I'm gonna hold my flaming sword up to his throat. And I'm about to fucking end yours if you take another step.
No, we need answers, Fenris. Stop it.
And I just brings the sword down and just kind of pushes him away. Fine, Xenolander, he's yours.
Push him.
It's at this point that Shaw gets up and he's just reaching out of the bars trying to grab anybody that he can get his hands on.
Emmett just locks that one.
Oh, Shaw probably, like, I bet you could grab one of my skeletons that, like, followed us down here.
You just see, he grabs
holy damage.
He grabs the neck of your thing and he's just, like, trying to crush the spine with his hands.
You do take 2 holy damage for every skeleton you kill. There are 4. Have fun. They're already dead. Oh, and she's like, yeah, okay, come on in.
It's not pretty. Because he is
like
just snapping
souls, so you're actually kind of doing them a favor.
Fenris takes a moment, looks towards Shaw's cell, looks up the door to the cell, looks back towards like raging Shaw, and just kind of just shuffles away.
Chris, what does the that shadowy presence that Oleander's been keeping tabs on Emmett looking like right now?
It's definitely reduced.
Reduced, okay.
Yeah, it's a smaller shadow. Just kind of looks like a normal shadow now.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Emmett's just, stressed from the evening and, a little worse for wear after that quick encounter with Fenris. He's like opening it. His hands are shaking a little bit. He's like, Occam is a dear friend. I locked him up because he is one of the last Briar Elves. And he's just like unlocking. And he's like, Tatiana Claymore of Maywood would kill him unless I have claimed him as a prisoner first. He is a dear friend of mine, and I would never put him behind bars if it was not to save his life. And the jail just like slides open, and he just grabs Occam's hand and pulls him out.
Chris, what does Azara know about Briar Elves?
So at this point, Azara, you probably know more than anybody else about it. But Briar Elves essentially are terrible scorns on the world that just destroy everything that builds on top of nature, regardless if that's right or wrong. That's their job in life. That is their only ambition. And the note that you read the day previously from the Reverend kind of fits now a little bit, that he was trying to weaponize the Briar Elves again and bring them back. And it would make sense that he was trying to get Occam the last Briar Elf. So
cool. Don't like that.
I would like to yank my cell door's handle off its hinges now, please.
Easily do that.
Shaw, take a breath.
Oh yeah, he does that, no problem.
We should go upstairs.
Yeah, the house is on fire, and Emmett is like just pulling Occam out of the door.
Yeah, and as you go up, Fenris is just kind of magically putting fire out, just snapping his fingers wherever he sees it.
Oh, this whole town.
They're not right.
Oh no.
So this whole town, as you walk upstairs, is like beyond repair. Like there are, like you can put out this building fire if you want, but this town is.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the poor insurance adjuster here. Okay.
Yeah. This town is fucked. Like it's not gonna come back without a lot of work. So.
Mm. You don't happen to have a fire brigade in this town, do you?
No, the Stormbirds are not in this region at this time of year.
Well, we were able to get a few, at least. We told them to go to the river for safety, so perhaps we should see who has been able to escape.
That's a good idea. I appreciate you putting the civilians before yourselves, even if your methods are not optimal. And he walks out just like it's the whole disappointed dad thing. And he just like walks down the stairs. My Google Meets froze. Can you guys see me still?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
hear you.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're still, like,
Can you hear
perfect.
us okay? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you guys. You just the cameras are all frozen, but
Oh,
whatever.
weird.
Oh, that
Yeah,
happens
happened
to
to
me
me last
when it's
week.
like the shit quality
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. As long as you can hear me, it's fine, whatever. So yeah, he like walks down and he's like holding Occam's hand tightly. And just like he goes out by the river and he sees maybe, 40 to 50 villagers out there, and they're all looking to him as what to do. And he steps up on like a stump and he says, "All right, we need to go to Pearl. It's our closest ally and our closest town, and I'll lead us there." And he just like steps up front and just begins like trudging towards Pearl.
And Fenris will go up and catch Emmett and kind of stop him and be like, "Look, whatever reason you have for housing a briar elf are your own, and I'm not one to question such things. But rest assured, if you journey through the forest alone, you will surely perish. Allow a druid to come with you."
I owe you enough to at least allow you safe haven in Pearl, as safe as it will be. So after that, though, I think this situation of us working together is probably over. And he just
Oh,
like
I
pushes
was
past you.
hoping. I was hoping that would be the case.
Oleander, after like he walks away, Oleander's gonna just walk by Fenris and like whack him on the back of the head, not saying anything.
What?
Very grumpy looking.
What?
This is not the time or the place for this, Fenris.
Oh, I see. Shaw can't control his emotions, and everyone's like, "Oh, poor baby," but I tell everyone quite clearly.
No, I need you all to grow the fuck up right now. We have business and work to do and people to help, so let's fucking go before we make things worse, okay?
That's all I've been doing since we got here, and then all it seems to do is get us into trouble.
Well, then maybe your methods need some improvements, don't you think?
Oh, my methods need improvement. You're the one raising fucking skeletons out of the ground.
Oleander doesn't say anything. She just stares at him for a moment and then just walks away.
I'm not sure why we're all mad at each other. I just got myself together, but
Because Shaw can't fucking control it. Ah!
well, that is a lot all at once, I have to say. But I mean, you do a good job. I think we all did our best. I got a little tepid
Shaw,
out there.
Shaw,
Hmm.
You know how you want to kill everybody that's within sight sometimes?
Oh yeah, sometimes that happens. That's why I put myself in the
I go
cage.
do that on a day-to-day basis.
Oh, well, you know what helps me is just remembering like all the things that I'd miss if I let myself mess up like that. Like
For me,
Oh.
nothing.
I mean, you just gotta find it. Like, for example, Constance is just like a real fun person to train with, and always picking up people's stuff. even when she shouldn't need to, and that's real nice. And Azara's over. I knew I left that somewhere. Thank you. And
It just would be
Azara's
nice to be afforded the same level of understanding that
Oh.
you are.
Well, I understand you, buddy. This also helps, and I put the helmet on him.
It has a hard time because he has the horns.
we can just work around those. I squeeze a little bit.
Shaw. Yeah, well, you insulted me plenty already.
Well, you know what? Well, now hold on, folks, because I've insulted plenty of people on accident. I think if Mr. Fenris here feels that he's been insulted, that I think the best way for us to grease that wheel is if we just all apologize for any slights,
Shaw.
accidental or purposeful.
Shaw, I don't need an apology. I just want you. I see something in you that I see in myself. We've only known each other one day, and we only have a superficial connection in that we share a curse-born of Lycus.
I don't know what that means, but I dig your horns.
These horns have been... I would cut them off if I could.
Oh, no, because, I figured if I have horns like that, I could give gnarly headbutts.
Shaw, that's my point. I used to be like you. I used to think that no matter what happened, I could fight hard enough, and my friends and everyone I cared about would be okay.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the case, Shaw. I have learned that lesson.
Well, why not? Why is that not the case?
You know that's not the case.
No, I don't. Am I supposed to know that?
Let me ask you about the Emerald Star then, Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
They died. No matter how hard you fought, they told me everything.
Well, just because somebody died don't mean they're gone.
Yeah, but when I die, I will be.
No, you won't. Because you're part of the caravan now. So that means that nobody gets to get left.
Unfortunately, when I was born. Never mind, we don't have the time. I believe I owe Oleander an apology.
Well, I think that we all owe each other an apology, and we did the best we could. Yes, the city is on fire.
Shaw, the problem is our best leads to this everywhere we are.
Well, you should have seen us when we first got started. Our best would have been a crater. Our best keeps getting better though, so that's okay.
Yes, but at the cost of innocent lives.
Well, heck, how many people would have died if we weren't here? If we saved even one person, that means we did good, right?
Shaw, I can't help but wonder. If you were still around, if my enclave would have still been alive, because I was not enough, but perhaps you would have been.
Oh, no. See, don't go thinking like that. Honestly, I don't know much about if I let people down before or not, because I don't remember too much.
I'm going to warn you. This curse you carry, if we continue to act this way, not only you, but I, by association, will be put to death.
Well, that's the other thing, because I don't think that you're hearing me quite well. Nobody gets to put anybody in my caravan to death. That's why I'm gonna go find that big cow man, and I'm gonna find where he put Soren, and I'm gonna get Soren out of there, and then
Shaw, you're invincible. We are not.
I'm not invincible.
Not.
I'm bleeding real hard right now. Hey, now. Like, when you say that, like the fire flickers in his eyes. And they're like, oh, whoa now.
I'm not trying to hurt your friend. I am just trying.
Well, I'm not offended because I'm hurt. I'm offended because it's wrong. Emmy's not dead. I talked to Emmy before I went all dragon. Emmy's just different now, and Emmy's always been a little different.
But
So
that's the point I'm trying to make. Not everyone gets to become Emmy when they die. Some of us, our souls are eternally damned from the moment we are born. So, at least that's what the Covidian Church teaches.
Well,
So,
I don't know much about your church, friend, but what I do know is that you're in this caravan now. And while not everybody gets to become what Emmy is, we're in Emmy's caravan. So whatever they became, they're gonna make sure we become it too. Because that's what you do. Emmy don't leave a caravan behind. So I just gotta take care of it while we're here. And then when we go to the next spot, Emmy's gonna take care of it again because I don't know what I'm doing. And sometimes I turn into a dragon.
and sometimes I turn into a wolf or a bat or whatever the hell that was on the battle.
Do you get to choose? Because it just kind of happened for me.
Only with years of discipline and practice that were undone tonight.
See, your best is so much better than mine already. You just ain't seen it. I can only turn into a dragon.
I appreciate your kind words, Shaw. I really do. And I hope one day I can take them to heart if I live long enough. I'm sorry. Go ahead, friend. I just ask that you be a little more cautious with how you present us, because not all of us are mighty warriors or children of gods that will receive the same kind of mercy you might. I get you. I was coming down from a dragon high, and I don't know about you, but I was feeling like everything was mine. I'm slowly starting to settle again. But that Minotaur friend, the cowman, he rubs my belly just the wrong way. He's got my friend, and I want him back, and I want him back. I probably more than anyone here understands the feelings of bloodlust that you go through every day. Because I do too.
See, it's not a bad feeling. You just gotta aim it.
Well, that's the hard part, isn't it?
Not when you learn to see the people that we travel with the way I see them. And it's gonna happen. You can't help but happen. Stars don't know how to do nothing but shine. And that's what you travel with, just a bunch of stars. So once you start to see their light the way I do, the first thing to your mind will be hurting them. You got to protect the caravan. That's the only thing I know for sure.
Fenris.exe has stopped working. No, he kind of hits a mental brown note because this is the first time someone's just like, yeah, I accept you for who you are, man. I don't care. He hasn't had that yet. And he just kind of collapses into this big man dragon. And it's just kind of
you just bring it in here, fella. Look how cool your horns are. Just wanna
please talk about my horns.
I'm sorry, it's a sensitive subject. I used to feel that way about my scales.
Yes, well, I just wish they were different. That's all.
They're just the way they're supposed to be. Just gives you a noogie.
Mr. Emerald, you remind me of my father.
I hope that's a good thing.
That's a great thing. My father was a very good man and deserved a better son than I. And then that's when he kind of just walks away towards Oleander.
I don't know my papa. He just keeps walking. Constance.
Azara, did you want to find Oleander?
Yes, please.
Yeah, Oleander's definitely just sort of stalked off to like sort of lose herself in the crowd of survivors, so to speak. I think as you go looking for her, Ida will actually come sort of bounding up to you with like her ears back, and there's like a piece of crumpled paper in her mouth, and she tries to like hand it to you.
I
Like-
will take it.
Like I think you can tell from her language that this has probably kind of happened before, where like Oleander dropped something and like wasn't like didn't even want to deal with Ida right now, and just like dismissed her. So she came to bring it to somebody else in the pack. And if you like open it, it's the letter that she got earlier.
Oop. I will take one look and be like, that's private. Yeah, so basically as soon as we got out of that house and Luke announced or not Luke, whatever the fuck his name was, Emmett announced that everyone was leaving, Azara started just wandering around healing as many people as she could, making sure everybody could get up and walk and go, and anybody who had support needed it. So and Ida bounded up to her. She probably snaps out of it to be like, oh, the caravan has split up. They're having an emotional moment. I'll go find Oleander. So she'll wander through the crowd until she catches sight of some yellow hair and head over. Oleander?
Oh, hello, Azara. Do you need a hand with anything? I might have a potion left if you need it for anyone.
No, thank you. I'm all right. You dropped this.
Oh,
I didn't read it.
thank you. That's very kind of you. She'll take it and just stick it in her pocket. She's kind of still having a hard time interacting with Azara one-on-one, just since their talk about Apollo ages ago. Mostly in that Oleander's trying very much to give Azara the space she thinks she needs. So I think she's just sort of standing there awkwardly, smoothing the letter out and refolding it to put it in her pocket, not really sure what to do or say right now.
Are you all right? I heard shouting.
Honestly, I'm not too great right now. This evening almost could not have gone worse.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Unless you can keep them under control in any way, I don't know if that's possible. I just sort of gesture broadly towards the group where I imagine Shaw and Fenris are still having their talk, because this is all at the same time.
I'm not sure anyone can keep them under control.
You know, I thought that my life had already been as fucked up as it possibly could be, but apparently I was wrong, and I don't like being wrong, and not about this. Azara, everything is getting ruined.
How do you mean?
That letter that I had is from my friend Iris back at the Oprix Academy. Word of our exploits have reached them in a less than favorable light, and in short, if we do not get our scheisse together, we will not only lose our affiliation as relic seekers, but I will lose my position at the library overall.
I'm very sorry to hear that, Oleander. Is there something we can do to shore up your reputation with them?
Stop murdering everybody we meet and challenging everyone we meet like this. I'm sorry, Azara. I know that you are doing your best to get everybody to function like people.
It's frustrating to care so much and have that care pulled in so many different directions.
I don't know what I'm going to do. This letter came before all of this happened, Zara. When they find out that the whole town has been freaking torched because of us, that is the last information that the Academy has. I'm going to lose everything. It's my
But it
name
wasn't.
means nothing anywhere, Zara, but I made it mean something myself at the Academy. I did that, and it's.
Oleander, look around you. Look around. Look at these people. They just lost everything. And you
Yeah,
know who
because
was
of
there?
us.
No, it wasn't our fault. We didn't do this. This was the Reverend. This was happening long before we arrived here. And
Yup.
Oleander, do you know who they saw pull them out of the wreckage? Do you know who they saw save them and send them to safety?
My skeletons and Fenris in wolf form, who then bit one of them in half. So yeah, we are
I'm sorry, he
really
did what?
batting for 100. Oh yeah, that fucking happened. We are doing
Wait,
great tonight, Zara.
What?
It wasn't really his fault. It's that curse and something that the Reverends did to him. But we need to be better than we have been. I can't keep doing this like this, Zara. I can't.
No, you're right. We do need to be better. But Oleander, you saved people tonight. You saved lives. You did something good. You made this world better. You did that. Not your legacy, not the Morgenstern name. You.
I'm glad that we were able to save the people we were, but I'm not going to lie. It won't mean that much to me if I lose everything I have built for myself in the meantime. I am not fooling myself about the odds of ever being able to go home again. So if I lose this position at the library, I can't even go back to what I have made as a home.
Well, then you won't lose your position. We can speak with Emmett, I suppose, and maybe he won't listen to us. Maybe he'll be angry at us, but it's worth a try. And, you know, they still need you. You can make them need you. We can make them need you.
Thank you, Azara. You are far kinder than I think maybe any of us here deserve, so I'm glad we have you with us.
Everybody deserves some kindness, Oleander. I know things have been maybe a little bit strained between us. We weren't very close before Soren left. But I consider you a friend, and I care about you. And if I can do something to help you, then I want to. And I don't blame you for what your family has done. That would be tremendously hypocritical of me.
Thank you, Azara. I do not have many friends. And that means a lot.
Would you like a hug, or I can get Ida, or...
That's okay. And she goes to like wipe her eyes, and Zara, when she hasn't been crying yet, but when she does that, you see there's like black smear that kind of looks like when she does her magic, but it's like the sort of ashy residue that her tears leave behind.
Would you like a handkerchief? Offer her.
Thank you. And she'll take it and then looks at it. Sorry, prestidigitation, so it's clean again, and I hand it back.
It's all right. It's what it's for.
Well, I suppose I should go apologize to Fenris.
Seems like he should be the one apologizing to you.
I won't hold my breath for that one.
Well, there's still good to be done tonight, so good luck.
Thank you. If I can do anything to help, I don't exactly have a healer's hands, but...
Thank you. I'll let you know.
Thanks again, Azara.
I know what it's like to not have anywhere to go back to, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
Yeah. Me either.
And with that exchange, Zara will return to helping.
Olander spends a few moments still, like, just recollecting herself alone before she tries to go and rejoin the others.
All right. So you continue towards the town of Pearl. There's a lot of silence as the villagers, like Azara stated, kind of lost everything tonight. Oops, I muted myself. You continue down, and you continue through you follow the Looking Glass River all the way to the town of Pearl. And you arrive at Pearl with open arms as their guards greet you with big hugs, and you can tell these two towns are close in more than geography. And Emmett looks at you all and he says, maybe I was too harsh. You did save I just talked to several of my townsfolk, and they said that you pulled them out of the rubble. So,
Mr. Lord Emmett, I must apologize for my previous surliness. I think the heat of battle got the better part of my judgment, and I apologize.
it's all right. I apologize too. And he just holds out a gloved hand to you to shake.
I will shake his hand, and then I'll just kind of step back.
Yeah. All right. I need to go talk to Tiva. She's in charge of this town. If you need anything, I'll be at her manor. I'm sure that accommodations will be on the house tonight as we kind of help each other out in the Tri-Towns. So, and he just like walks into the crowd.
Well, I don't know about y'all, but I got a powerful thirst, and I think that we should all talk to each other as a group. So, anybody know if this place has a place that sells the stuff that makes your head hurt the next day? Booze, the alcohol.
I don't drink, but I'm sure they have a tavern.
Yeah, that's I think they got milk. So let's all go to a tavern. I've got a blunt, and we'll just talk. And
Dude, I'll partake.
I'll he just does a little bit of his breath up and lights it up, and he hands it around to everybody.
If I was taking a hit, all right, you're a little bit cooler than my dad. Okay.
I'm just going up to random people. Where's your nearest tavern?
So this is much more a beach party town than the trade town of New Dunland that you just left. So there's like, dude, it's right over there, and this guy just points over to this like saloon style bar.
Oh my God.
Right off the beach.
You are just such an excited young man. You have a great day. You just follows the
Thanks, dude. And he just like gives you a thumbs up. The tavern name is the Krusty Conch, as some of you know. It has saloon-style doors at the entrance, and you can push them open. And there is a large, I don't know what to call him anymore, turtlekin man tending the bar.
Yeah, is Cordal like a one of those names that Watsy's like you can't use it? But like in universe explanation is that since lizard folk are all archosaurs, technically turtle folk are also just an offshoot of
there you
lizard
go.
men.
We got a turtle folk tending the bar. The most notable thing about him is he has names of adventurers sketched into his shell of famous adventurers that have come through.
Oh, are there any familiar names up there?
Do y'all? No, y'all don't know anyone.
No,
Wait, is
meta.
Squawk here?
Oh,
I
of
would-
course, meta stuff. He absolutely asked the wrong turns to come back and sign his shell once he knew who they were.
We made it.
I would like just a picture of your most strong stuff, and also if you have any juice or milk, I would like a picture of juice, and a picture of milk, and one of water as well.
Okay, and he just like turns around, doesn't even really acknowledge the strangeness, and then just pours a bunch of pitchers from behind the bar. He goes back and he yells through the door, "Anyone got any milk?" And somebody brings out like a pitcher of milk from behind in the back. It's like, "Thank you," and he just brings you these 3 pitchers and just sets them down in front of you.
All right. Just pours himself a glass. So, how we all doing?
To be quite honest, Shaw, I've had better days. Had worse ones.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
I'm
So
very glad you're back with us, Shaw.
I'm glad to be back. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was powerful fun being a dragon, but I like also not being a dragon. Just as much, I want to say.
We've missed you.
Oh yes, I have all of it. Might I say carrying all that stuff. Your back muscles getting a real nice definition. You got just tough shoulders.
He's correct. You do have very skeleton shoulders.
Yes. No problem. That's a lot. That's part. A lot of people don't exercise. You do it without even thinking about it. That there you go. So how about everybody? We're all okay. Any secrets we got to get off our chest? Any
That's wonderful.
we're all okay. All right. Well, I mean, only reason that I asked is because we're like a caravan. And I haven't been doing a good job of like making sure everybody's all together. So I'm gonna try to be better.
That's very kind of you, Shaw. We have all had a stressful night, I'm sure.
Yeah, there is something that I feel I might need to apologize for. I think I might have done a few things that were a little bit, well, what's the word?
Illegal?
I mean, not that one.
Immoral?
Not that
Homicidal?
one. No.
Except also yes.
I was gonna say crass.
Yeah, that too.
In particular, I'm talking about the cowman. I got the feeling that a lot of y'all didn't want me to tell him that I was gonna kill him, but I was still on that dragon high, and oh boy.
Yeah. We may need to talk about certain boundary issues we've run into over the last few days.
Right.
For example, breaking into stores after hours, typically frowned upon. And if we're trying to be adventurers of renown, and I know you want us to be, considering the reaction to that newspaper article, you can't do things like that.
I mean, I'm not so. I don't care so much about the renown. I just don't want people lying on me. I'm not a rookie, but I understand what you're trying to say. I see what you're putting down.
Shaw, you wish to look after the caravan as a whole, correct?
Yes.
Then our reputation in the towns we go to matters. What people think of us, how they receive us matters. And some of us, and she'll gesture to Oleander and Constance, still have organizations at our backs, and our actions and the actions of the caravan as a whole reflect back on those organizations. So we do need to consider that before we act.
Oh man, you're throwing a whole lot at me right now, but I'm gonna eat this big sandwich one bite at a time. I got you. Let's see. All right, so Oleander and Constance, y'all are both attached to organizations. I'm not attached to organizations, but like we're in a caravan together, so we're attached. So I'm kind of like a step organization.
Actually, that is not entirely true, Shaw. In your absence, the Emerald Caravan has enrolled in the Oprix Academy, where I work as official relic seekers. This means the caravan as a whole is affiliated with the academy, and I have received word that our recent behaviors are less than appreciated, and if we are not careful, we are going to be terminated from that position.
Oh,
And
man,
pray we don't find ourselves west.
We just keep
try us for heresy.
We just keep adding more meat to this sandwich. All right, so I think I gotta be real honest with you. I do not know what an academy is.
All right, Shaw. I will make this quite simple for you. And he rolls up his sleeve and puts his arm on the table with the brand heretic in his arm. If we do not clean up the way if we act, we'll be lucky to have matching brands.
Oh, matching brands, that'll be fun. Looks like
Tennis.
tattoos.
No.
Threats of violence or wounding or killing do not work on Shaw. He is invincible.
It's not Shaw who will be the one being tried and killed for heresy. It's the rest of us I'm concerned about. Shaw will obviously have no problem destroying the Inquisition with his own bare hands. Only the most powerful militant religious organization.
I mean, do I need to destroy the Inquisition? Is that something that we as a group want me to do?
Maybe someday. It's the rules of our pay grade right now.
Ideal world, yes, but
that's true. I mean, only sometimes though. When I learn to control it, it's gonna be a whole thing though.
Okay.
And sometimes I even have beaver duck heads.
Well, this has been a fruitful conversation, everyone. I just drain my wine.
Shaw. An academy is where people who are inclined towards books
I'm
and
with
book learnings.
Oleander. This has been such a productive I need to go meditate. Seriously.
Wait. No, I'm sorry. Look, I promise. Look, I'm trying. I'm really trying.
I understand, but I do need to meditate, or else we will have what we had back in New Dunland.
What do we have back then?
Me ripping someone in half, so I'm gonna go meditate.
Oh, yeah, that's probably good for you.
I don't know why I need to keep explaining this concept. Everyone seems to understand. We avoid Shaw when he's angry, but when Fenris needs to take care of his own.
I mean, I don't know what made you angry right now. You just kind of got 0 to angry real quick. And if you know what? I think we need a code word. Like you can say Cobra when you start to get angry, and I'm like, oh, leave him alone, Cobra. And you know what?
I'm not angry right now. I am irritated at the fact that I have to keep reiterating myself to this group who claims to be this understanding band of adventurers. And when I explain, oh, my condition is just like Shaw's, they keep asking, why do I need to meditate? Well, because I don't want to rip my friends in half, okay?
I mean, I've never meditated, so maybe I should try that. Can we do that together sometime? Can you teach me how to meditate? Is there like a book I mean that you can read to me? Now, hold on. Wait a minute. Don't stop. Let me tell you. we are more than friends. All right.
I not want to be married to Constance. Fuck. And he just gets up and storms off.
Now,
charming individual.
You take that back. I'm sure Constance would be all sorts of swell to be married to. I mean, I don't know. Oh man, this is going south so quickly. I wish Jimmy were here. All right. I'm gonna try this one more time. An academy is a place that gives people matching brands, and sometimes you have to take out the Inquisition. And I'm part of the step organization that I didn't know.
Yes. I'll explain. An academy is a place where people who are interested in learning either facts or life skills and such like go in order to receive instruction from experts in those fields.
All right.
Now, certain academies have other programs within them
Uh-huh.
that focus on research so that they can expand the knowledge they have to pass on to those who are interested. The
Okay.
Oprix Academy has one such program, which they find relics,
Right.
which are artifacts from history or that have magical properties.
Okay.
So you know that's junk you find sometimes on bodies and in like, you know, dark dungeons and caves and stuff.
Oh yeah, loot.
Yeah. Some of that has very important meanings to people because of where they come from or who once owns them. And the Oprix Academy has one of the largest libraries of housing such artifacts and relics, and they need people to find more. That is what we do now, or can do.
But what if we find like a cool fire sword or something?
We only need to pass on what we wish to. We can.
Oh, good, because I've got a sword that's real good at killing snakes, and I didn't want to give it up to nobody because snakes freak me out like kangaroos.
But chances are we will get a lot more money for the really cool things.
Oh, I do like money.
But we are going to get fired from doing this if we have a bad reputation.
Fired. What is fired?
We will no longer be working for them.
Oh,
And
that means no money.
That
No,
means no money, correct?
means no money, and it means that everything I have been trying to do for the last 5 years of my own life will have been for nothing.
Oh, well, that sounds bad. I don't want your life to be about nothing. I think your life should be about whatever you want it to be about. Oh, I think I'm starting to eat the sandwich. All right, now let me see if I got this right. All right, here we go.
A sandwich?
Just go with it.
Okay.
All right, so like the caravan, right,
Mm-hmm.
is a part of the academy, right?
Yes.
And I'm part of the caravan.
Correct.
So that means I'm also a part of the academy?
Yes.
So when I tell the Minotaur that has my friend that I'm going to cut his fucking head off, right? It's like the academy is telling him that the academy is going to cut his fucking head off.
Yes, and
Right,
that is bad.
And the academy doesn't cut people's fucking heads off.
The academy is
I
full
do
of
that.
nerds.
Nerds.
No, we just want to be happy and read our books and find cool things and learn a lot. We don't want to cut anybody's head off, and we don't want anybody who cuts people's heads off to, you know, be the first thing that people think of when they think
But
of
I
it.
cut people's heads off.
And that is fine then in the proper scenario.
What is the proper scenario?
Not yelling the threat of doing it at somebody in the streets, for one. That is one thing you don't do.
Okay, I got you. So don't tell anybody I'm gonna do it. Just do it.
No, well, no.
You know,
No.
it's at least is a step in the right direction, sort of.
Oftentimes, the correct time to attempt to cut someone's head off, though I generally disapprove of killing, will be indicated.
But you're
to
so
you.
good at it.
I do try to avoid killing whenever given the chance. If somebody else attempts to kill you first, that's usually a clue.
But what if they attack me first and then they cut my fucking head off? Then I can't cut their fucking head off.
Sean,
Yes.
it would be very difficult for someone to cut your head off before you realized it was happening and had a chance.
I mean, they only got to get it right one time, though.
That's a good point.
No, not if that's...
That's why I try to cut people's heads off before they try to cut my head off. Because I'm pretty sure I'll get it right the first time. Except with Luke. I don't know what happened. That was embarrassing.
Well, If you are ever unsure if a situation is appropriate or not to attempt to cut someone's head off, you can always ask. One of us, we will help. Not Fenris, one of us.
But then they'll know that I'm getting ready to cut. Well, then I also already tell them I'm gonna cut their fucking heads off. So I guess
Would you like a code word for when it is okay to just like go have at it or something?
Oh, I love code words. I
You
just
were
came up with
talking
one
to
for Fenris.
about.
Yeah.
This is very much Oleander like, you want to play a game show?
I love games. What's the word that means cut somebody's fucking head off?
Well, we need to think of one that's we're actually not going to use too much.
We're playing a dangerous game here, Sam. Cobra.
Cobra.
I love moments like this because at some point down the line in the campaign,
It's gonna come
somebody's gonna accidentally say the word.
Just make it Viper. Snake related.
I swear to God.
I'm trying to think of a word that the voice in the sky won't make us say on accident.
I'm just thinking of that episode of Futurama where Bender gets a bomb installed in him and they have to switch it from the 10 words he says most to
Oh yeah,
10
because it's
words
like
that he says
ass and
least
shit.
often.
Bite my shiny metal. Bender, no!
Quantum physics.
All right, Oleander, what's the word that means cut somebody's fucking head off?
Oh, Scheiße.
How about we say, Shaw, cut his fucking head off?
I mean, that doesn't seem like that's. I mean, it works,
Phrase,
but
code phrase.
I think he wants something that's a little more exciting.
yeah.
Oh no, what if we
I would love that.
Wild, though? Aubergine.
That was adorable. What the fuck was that? That was so cute.
Yeah, that was really adorable.
It's like the most gruesome murder is preceded by this adorable bird. Cacao!
Just make a quota. Just make a quota.
Yeah, but I feel like that has a potential to somehow actually come up in a conversation, and I'm scared.
Oh, I totally am doing that on purpose.
Oh
no. This is how I derail games. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god, I love it.
We went from screaming at each other to
bird calls in a tavern.
I would love to know what the patrons next to us are thinking. Like, here.
I imagine we were
Oh, they're
talking about
gone.
ripping people in half, and they've like.
Oh, they're talking about Doom. Sweet.
They're like
Nice.
actually helping the people that came into the town as refugees while y'all are having a beer talking
Come
about
on,
ripping
we-
people in half.
Like, I
no. Their lives.
I mean, I think they might be saving lives by trying to raid Shaw.
I mean, that's valid.
Yeah, I think we're gonna save many lives in the long
Long
run.
term.
Save a few lives now, save a shit ton down the line. You tell me, GM.
Hey, so as the night winds on, you're in a nice little beach town, even though the mood is somber because there are a lot of refugees who just lost their home. You do at some point, Oleander, you feel like the same kind of chill, like roll up your spine that you did in the train car. And you watch as this man on horseback, the horse is skeletal, completely skeletal, and smoke is just trailing off of the hooves. And the guy has long white hair down his back. He's pale. He's got just like wrinkles in his face, but they kind of like go away as he dismounts the horse. You watch as he doesn't ever jump off the horse. The horse just vanishes into a cloud of smoke, and he's just in step, completely flawlessly walking, as if the horse was never there. He doesn't walk anywhere towards you, but you just get that same feeling. He walks up to Emmett, and Emmett points down like the road, and you see another woman. She looks like an elf, but she has gills on the side of her face, and she has blue skin, probably like a sea elf, something, a water elf, something like that. And she is Tiva, the brass clad, and she's in charge of this town essentially. And she points down, and the three of them like have a little meeting of the minds for a little bit.
Okay, but so Emmett and Tiva are
Yeah, they're
able
chill.
to interact with like this skeletal person?
Yep, they're chill with them.
Okay, weird. Oleander's fucking nosy. She's gonna just sort of like not go right up to them, but sort of circle around just to see if she's able to pick up any conversation pieces.
Yeah, so you can easily enough. It's pretty chaotic still in town, and they won't even notice you. They're just talking about they're filling this man on horseback in on what happened in New Dunlin. And you probably just know this working at the academy, being an intelligent person. On the back of his cloak is the crest of Briar, the city of Briar.
Okay.
And yeah, they just fill him in on what happened. And in like a breath, he just like walks in and just like sits down at the bar like dejectedly.
Okay. Interesting.
That's all. At this time, I'm also gonna have you all roll an icon die.
Ooh, we haven't
It's
done
been a
this yet.
minute.
Yep. So choose whatever icon you would like to, and roll
Oh,
a d6.
goody. Which one do we
God.
want? Lycus, the Inquisition? The choices are real good here, folks. I'm gonna roll Lycus.
Oh no. Yeah. That.
Lycus?
I believe one of my icons is Tiamat.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds about
That was
right.
the
That
one or the
makes
angsty
sense
one?
with the lore we came up with for Shaw. That Noir doesn't know about yet.
I forget, do we add anything? It's just
Nope,
a flat roll,
Just
right?
you're looking for a 5 or 6.
I got a
Eternal
4
Trust.
for Lycus.
And what are we
Oh.
rolling? A D6?
Yep, just a d6.
Got a 4 for the
I got a
Astral Star.
6 for Tiamat.
Fuck.
I got a 5 for the dead.
The dead. Well,
Oh,
that one
goody.
kind of already happened.
Yeah, that kind of fits.
Okay, let me write that down quick. So Tiamat and Eternal Trust.
Oh shit.
This is like scenes from a hat on Whose Line.
It
All right,
really
we got
is, I love it.
Tiamat and Eternal Trust tonight.
From a hat.
I need a name and a location.
All right, next game we're gonna be playing is
Tiamat,
insurance.
Pearl as an insurance adjuster. Great.
Go.
And scene.
and
We'll possibly get to that tonight. It possibly might be for next session as well. You never know.
that's fine.
So,
That's terrifying.
Fenris, as another little thing happens, as you're off meditating, you just get like I assume you're like sitting on the ground somewhere,
probably
probably.
at the beach meditating.
beach.
Drew a pentagram in the sand and shit.
There's like a wide berth of beachgoers around.
Oh yeah, I'm
Fenris.
sure. Yeah, and I'm also like token up as I'm
Yeah.
meditating, so like no one
Oh well,
wants
that's
to be around
fine.
me.
Shaw's just over like, he never gave me my blunt back.
You just feel like somebody kicks you in the boot.
What?
You look up and you see Magnessa, the fiery-haired woman who stole all your cash from the last town, and she just drops like a big bag of silver in your lap.
What's this?
It's a return investment.
You stole my money. I didn't invest in anything, but I
Yeah, but
appreciate
I doubled it. You're welcome. A
What
little
are you,
courtesy.
NFT or something?
I don't know what that means.
It's just a fancy way of saying receipt.
Sounds like a scam.
It really is. That's why I'm like, you stole from me, and I just you're confusing me is all.
Look, I didn't know y'all were down on your luck so bad. I didn't know you'd run into a burning town, and I would have. It kind of takes the sport out of stealing from someone who's already kind of down bad on their luck. So have some more money.
You're not wrong on being down on my luck, but I guess thank you is in order.
Yeah, of course. She
Are you
says,
sure you
"Can I-"
don't need this? You stole the money from me. You obviously must have really needed it.
Oh, I'm good. Don't worry. Can I sit with you?
Please join me. I will hold on. I'm far enough in meditation. Yes, please join.
She like pulls out her dual hand axes and kind of does the cool thing where she just like throws them both in the sand next to you and they kind of stick up.
Damn it. She's so cool.
I can teach you how to do that. And she just like kind of sits down.
I mean, I can make my sword light on fire. I think I've gotten enough potty tricks.
I saw. That's the one I stole from you. And she reaches over to take the blunt away from you.
Yes, please help yourself.
And she just starts.
Everybody smoking my blood.
So I was just watching from the tavern window, like
I just
rain rolling down the.
like, hello, darkness, my old friend. My actual name is, I guess, Vercingetorix is my real name. Is Magnessa your real name?
Yes, I quite like my name, so I don't hide it. But it's good to know yours.
Well, I hide mine more so out of necessities and not liking it. But it's very hard to write out fully.
She like takes a long drag and gives it back to you, and she's like, I gotta ask, what made you just tell a random girl on the beach your real name if you're hiding it?
Quite frankly, because I have nothing to lose. And at this moment, I kind of am hoping you're actually an agent with the Inquisition and will give me the swiftest death possible.
She has like a deep belly laugh, and she's like, the Inquisition, that's hilarious. No, my sights are set a little narrower than that, my friend.
Well, I must admit, I'm not exactly in the best headspace, and quite frankly, you stole from me, and now you're giving me money back, so I feel like I should give you at least my full name as thanks.
Yeah, well, that seems fair. You travel with a strange group.
It's not like I chose to. The ghost of their dead friend told me to go and keep them safe.
And I'm assuming their dead friend became your dead friend along the way?
9. They were already dead when I met them.
Interesting. You strike me as someone who's lost someone, though. Even if it wasn't them.
Many people, yes. Some at my own hand.
And I'm assuming it was rather fresh.
Well, I should expect nothing less of an absolute scallywag, just being able to read me like no problem. Yes, it was quite recent, if you must know.
I had a good mentor. Well, mine was as well. So if you ever want to talk about it, I'm sure I'll find you again. I'm going to go steal from people in Briar, so...
Wait. Why are you taking this sudden interest in me?
You're just sad. I don't like sad people, and your whole gang is just like a cloud hangs over them as you walked through the forest, and I followed you.
Magnessa, may I then? Well, you're not wrong, but may I ask you a quite personal question then?
Absolutely, those are my favorite kind.
You ever feel like your existence is just a curse?
Not one bit.
I envy you.
Why is yours a curse? I have to ask. If mine is a blessing, I'll tell you why mine is a blessing if you tell me why yours is a curse.
I just told you my true name. I don't think we're that close just yet, Magnessa.
All right. Well, Vercingetorix, you take care. And she stands up. She makes sure to drop she makes sure to gesture at the silver bag to make sure that you take it and don't try to give it back to her.
Also pointing out that it's still there, huh?
Yep.
Look, if you wanted someone to talk to, you didn't have to rob me blind.
I'm just bored and I didn't know what to do. I was at a loss and I reverted to old habits, all right?
I can understand that quite well. I have a newfound respect for you, Magnessa.
Take care of yourself. I'll see you in Briar. I'm sure you'll end up there someday.
Godspeed. May Marlfax guide your path.
Ah, that makes more sense. Religious. All right. And she stands up and sheathes her axes and just kind of starts walking away. She's like definitely hammered as well. Like the 2 times you've seen her, she has been very intoxicated.
Oh, I'm sure she's just every time I meet her, I'm seeing her. She's going to be under the influence, I'm assuming.
Yep, pretty much. All right. Well, if anyone else wants to have a conversation, y'all also have a Briar Elf in town that's just sitting in town. One of the, basically a horseman of apocalypse is just hanging out that is alive. So
Well,
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh, well, Constance cannot get drunk because of her new boon.
nice.
So, I think
Abuse that.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty interesting to maybe challenge Shaw to a drinking contest.
You want to do what
Nice.
now? Okay, sure. I love games. All right, so we just drink until somebody can't drink no more.
Yes, whoever can down the most of these fermented apple juices.
Oh, I mean, I'm ready to take down some fermented apple juices. I gotta warn you. I already got a little bit of a head start, and also you're itty bitty, so this might be a little unfair. I could fill up in a whole bunch. It just pats his stomach. Are you ready?
I guess we don't even really have to roll. Like,
I know Constance does not get drunk, but does Shaw?
Absolutely. I'm just gonna roll a d20 to see how many drinks it takes him to go down. Okay, I'm gonna roll 2 d20s because 5 is disrespectful. 7. I'm gonna roll a d100. There we go. That's too many. We're gonna say it takes him about 30, 40 drinks before he's just like, I tell you another thing. Like, they got little pouches that hold a mini version of themselves, and they just hop and claws on their feet. And I don't think that's natural. I ain't never seen another critter. I ain't never seen another critter got a mini version of itself just in his belly. That ain't right. It ain't natural.
Shaw,
Shaw
did
is
you
rambling.
know?
What?
You are all such wonderful, fun people, and I do not know what it is about this spoiled apple juice that makes everybody so much more fun, but
They fist fight you like a man.
okay.
Zara has been swapping their drinks out with water for the past 10 minutes.
Yeah, I ain't never seen no other creature get up and fight you like this. That's how a man fights. That's how a person. That is how, like, someone with arms and legs.
So, what do all of you think of Fenris?
Oh.
I think Fenris is just a big old sad person. Just needs to be he needs to be listened to and beat upside the head when they fuck about. I was a lot like Fenris. That's a fun name. It sounds like Fenris.
I tried to be nice to him. I really did. I tried to be nice, and I don't. It's like we're speaking different dialects of the same language. Like we can sort of understand each other, and then someone will say something, and it just doesn't translate right, and suddenly you're on different continents.
I'll tell you one thing.
Water, by the way.
I'll tell you one thing I don't like about Fenris, right? So I'm a dragon man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So why don't I have horns? It's every time I look at it, it's upsetting. I want horns too. Look how cool his horns are, and I'm like, you know what I would do if I had cool horns like that? I would put things on them. First off, that would be real convenient. Like just have things on my horns.
Well,
Must make sleeping hard though. No wonder he's cranky. I sleep on my side.
A helmet.
I must
We
say,
still have like that Hydra head. Do they have horns?
I do not think he needs to be so needlessly crude.
I agree.
I mean,
Oleander, you've been quiet.
Oleander is been drinking a lot of wine and has been doodling on bar napkins like this whole time. So there's just like a bunch of little sketches of like Shaw and Constance drinking together. She like drew Platypus Shaw with a tinier Platypus Shaw in a pouch. Like the pictures that Oleander has drawn are getting weirder as the night
Azara's
goes.
collecting them to show us tomorrow.
And she'll just sort of like pick her head up. There's like ink smeared across her face. She's like, "What?
Drink some water. Here, have some water.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't need it. But thank you."
I mean, the one thing I want to mention though is like, yes, Fenris is a little jagged, but I mean, you gotta look at things from their perspective a little bit as well. We all are like real civilized folk. You're real fancy and smart and pretty and intelligent and deadly and all manners of stuff. And like me and Fenris, we're more like just trying to figure it out. I don't know his story, but I know like I had somebody to help me learn what was appropriate or not, and I don't know that Fenris had that. I think that we could all stand to be a little bit more patient with each other. Oh God! It's like half puke, half fire.
The bartender, you're paying for that.
Oleander's drunkenly like getting the silver bag out, like dropping coins everywhere. Like, it's okay, I've got this.
I'll clean that up.
This should get you 2 new garbage cans.
I'm all right. Boot and rally. All right, well, we can all stand to be a little bit more patient with each other, is all I'm saying. We all come from heckin' different places. I don't even know where I come from. I mean, we all like real fancy folk. I know I'm part of an academy now, and I gotta eat that sandwich, and I'm okay with that. I'll stop cutting off heads or talking about it. At least their Fenris can sleep on the side with his horns and be okay. I was a duck beaver one time. He starts to go to sleep.
Go upstairs? Shaw, you want to go upstairs before you fall asleep? Shaw? Hey, buddy. Hey,
we are never going to be able to pick them up.
It's okay. I believe that if I put all of this stuff down, I can carry him to bed.
Do you think so?
I'm just imagining Constance with like insane back muscles.
And then as Constance says,
right.
"Oh, I'll carry him up if I put everything down," you just kind of hear a voice. "I'll make sure to get the rest of your things upstairs."
Oh no, it's a moth kangaroo. It's 2 of the worst things. It's a kangaroo.
And Noir, and that's how you know Noir has officially become a member of the Wednesday group. Moths.
Constance like puts everything down and does the thing where like you swing the person on your shoulders.
Yes.
Fireman carry.
Ferryman carry, yeah.
Yeah, and just carries up the bed and throws in the bed.
Phenomenal.
Planking in your armor together.
You just hear, "I'm flying." I'm a dragon, fear my mighty roar.
Mighty roar is just sleep apnea now.
Right. It's just I imagine like, oh my God, if Shaw did have sleep apnea, he's like.
Oleander, do you need help getting upstairs, or are you okay? You're a little wobbly there.
Oh, I will be fine, thank you, Azara. Ida can help me.
Okay. And that leaves Azara and Fenris as the only sober people at the party.
And Constance.
Oh yeah, Constance has to come back to get all the bags.
You never get used to being the sober one. Trust me.
Well, I've never been the drunk one, so I guess I have that going for me.
It's not so bad.
I can't really do much of the alcohol thing. I start seeing things, and it gets a little difficult to tell what's real and what
Yeah.
isn't.
Oh,
Yes,
And then I get like a migraine, and it's just better
Yeah.
if we don't. I can drink like a little bit, but I usually just try to avoid it whole cloth.
yes, I do not understand how this boiled juice has such a profound effect on people.
Scientifically speaking, it's actually very interesting.
well, it is actually. I think I might have some books upstairs.
Oh.
But so these things called molecules, okay?
Oh.
And I'm like really drunk, and there's like drawings are starting to get just on the table now.
Forget drunk history, it's drunk biology.
Yay, drunk chemistry!
I actually made Vine in an old life, so I'm quite familiar with such things.
Was it nice?
The wine I made. Well,
Making wine.
oh,
But
I-
also the vine, is it good?
well, I did send some off to Parma recently, and I'm waiting to hear the review. But I do miss it. It's a wonderful profession, and it's peaceful.
I was going to say it sounds like it would be peaceful.
Yes, well, 5 years ago that ended, so.
Well, I'm sorry you had to leave it then.
Yes, well, that's fine. Look, I'm sorry I haven't been the best person that I can be. Quite frankly, I'm a little embarrassed that Oleander has met me since I have been cursed. I didn't ever want them to see me in such a way. And I do need your group to take me seriously when I tell you I cannot always control it.
We do take you seriously. As you yourself pointed out, we have traveled with Shaw for a while.
I suppose it's just I don't want to hurt one of you.
Well,
That's nice of you to say.
I think you will find that we are quite capable. Thank you very much.
Yes, well, never mind.
Fenris, you must understand, as much as you don't want to hurt us, we have not set out to hurt you. We are not out to get you. We mean you no harm. We really are trying to help.
Yes, I understand. I wish. Constance, quite frankly, you offended me when you referred to me as a dog. I'm not a dog. That word and that phrasing has been used to dehumanize me and led to the death of my enclave. You want honesty? That's honesty. Never call me a fucking dog again.
Well, I am sorry to have offended you. I do not recall this exact conversation, but if it impacted you in such a negative way, I will make sure not to do so in the future.
That's the insidious part about using words and whatnot. It's nothing to you, but to me, it's literally the sign of my enclave's eradication. You want honesty, that's honesty. Please do not call me a dog, a wolf, or an animal.
But is
But
that not
what?
part of who you are? Just as Shaw is part dragon?
Shaw is part of dragon because it is his nature. I am part animal because I am literally the descendant of a demon. And people aren't calling Shaw a dragon in the hopes of ending him and every other dragon like his existence, though I'm sure they do exist. I suppose living a life full of intolerance and hatred has turned me into a bit difficult. And I apologize. I will try to be better.
As shall I.
As you're finishing up this conversation for the night, the seat that was alleviated by Shaw's unconscious form, a person slips into it, and he's you look over and it's a brass dragonborn. He sits down and they slowly like take off their like blue robes they have on. And he says, "Hello, my name is Telegast, and I was hoping that you would be able to help me with something."
It's a pleasure to meet you, Telegast. What do you need?
First of all, and he gets out like a little plate. He has like saran wrapped, and there's a bunch of brownies on it, and he like slides it to the center of the table.
Oh.
He's like, they may be a little soft today, sorry, but I. He just like looks at Fenris, like sniffing them.
I'm just making sure they're not special brownies. Sorry.
Oh, here you go. And he gets out like a little, like a smaller plate.
Yes.
I will take one of the normal brownies.
Okay. And he says, I am from the city of Briar, and I have heard about you all from several newspaper publications in the past, and I am worried about the town that I call home, and I know that, New Dunland may be a cinder now, but I think that without you, from what I am hearing from the townsfolk, that they would still be in that cinder, if you know what I mean.
What has you worried about your city?
Everyone is just so mad at each other. There's yelling and screaming every day, and
that's pretty normal sounding to me.
Sounds familiar.
I know, but I've lived there all my life, and
Well, when did it start?
It's worse. Maybe 3 weeks ago to a month.
Did something change in the town prior?
No, it was around the same time I was reading the first newspaper article about you all.
Is there anything in particular people are mad about?
Just everything. There's people screaming at each other in the streets about their shop front being infringed upon. If, like, I step too far to the right, all of a sudden the shop next door, the shopkeeper is mad at me. And it's not just me, it's everyone.
Well, that's definitely concerning.
How
far is Briar from here?
Maybe 6 hours walk.
This is nothing that anyone else has noticed as strange. Are you involved in the city leadership or anything?
No, and I guess you could say I don't have many people to call friends in town to speak with on the subject, but I know something is wrong, and I know that you as adventurers are busy and probably don't have time to look into a silly man's claim, but
Well, you're just in luck. We're heading in that direction anyway.
We'll certainly be willing to at least check it out.
all right, thank you. There's more brownies in it too, and he just like stands up and he just leaves the plate for you.
These are delicious, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you. They are pretty good, but they're not like, they're a little soft. Like they're a little chewy. If you like chewy brownies, they're great. But
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's like that time
Yeah.
AJ made brownies and they were too good.
they stand up and they're like, I just hope you enjoy them. I'm kind of new to the whole baking thing. I'm trying to find new hobbies, but there I go blabbing again. So I will
You're
take my
quite
leave.
skilled.
Thank you. And they like genuinely have a smile across their face. And they stand up, they put their like light blue robes, or not, it's more like a royal blue robes back on around their brass scales, and just give you like a little half bow and kind of walk out of the tavern.
Fenris totally, when he goes to shake the dragon's hand, has to wipe brownie off his hand onto his coat. Frankly, these were delicious.
I am glad you enjoyed that.
Lander will be like, so are they actually any good? Like once he's gone.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
They're soft, but I like soft brownies, so.
He's like listening outside the window, like, yes, and he just like walks in.
Nailed it. Well, that is interesting, though.
And concerning.
Very, yes.
There's something strange going on in this area.
I have gotten a few just weird feelings since that we came here. I mean,
Like what?
well, I told you about that weird sort of sense I had from Emmett at first.
Ah, yes,
It's-
the Death Shadow.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's gone now. But I sort of felt that again not too long ago. Then Emmett was talking to this person on a horse, and it felt all dead and stuff. It was kind of cool, but also probably not. I don't know. They were.
Wait, Emmett was just talking.
Yeah, at first I thought it was like, this is something only I should be able to say, but Emmett and, Scheisse, I'm forgetting her name. She's the brass clad in here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They went off to go and talk.
Tess? Something like that. Tiva.
Telva. So Leander not being able to remember.
Tova.
Well, that is. I don't know how much I trust this Emmett anymore. Housing a Briar Elf, and now this.
Tomorrow we should speak to the Briar Elf.
Oh yeah, that's fucking weird.
There's a reason I became combative with Emmett after the battle.
I try not to judge people on their heritage, but
I try not to either, but the Reverend certainly wanted something with the Briar Elf, and
he could be in danger.
Did seem concerning. He wasn't trying to attack him himself or anything. Or free him, it seems. He was just standing there, right?
yes, that's why I'm concerned, and that's why I don't trust the Briar Elf.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, we haven't even had a conversation with him yet, so I'm not sure what to make of the situation, but...
Well, considering the town was up in flames, I'm not liking it very much.
No, this confluence of events is certainly, suspicious.
We can try and talk to him tomorrow. Perhaps Emmett will have some sort of new information too overnight.
Yeah, right.
He'll probably be more willing to talk to us after they've been able to settle down and recuperate.
Perhaps we save some brownies to try and, well, butter them up.
It wouldn't hurt to bring food tomorrow. See what we can do to help.
I have heard of this thing called brownie points. So I think
I'm not familiar
the
with
more
that phrase.
the more of them that we bring, the more points we get.
Sure, yes, that's Oleander, that's how it works, right?
Well, it's a bit of a metaphor, but I don't know. Maybe literally that could work too. I mean, more brownies. People get more excited for more brownies, right? Like
nice.
drunk Oleander trying to logicify this.
No, actually, I
I don't like brownies, but maybe other people do. So they get more
actually, I
excited by
believe a
more.
metaphor is someone who fights bulls.
I think that's a matador.
Have I told you how much I really enjoy traveling with this group?
No.
Well, I'm mentioning it. I enjoy traveling with this group sometimes.
Sometimes.
Only sometimes.
Well, the parts where the city's on fire, I would not call that enjoyable now, unless I was shot. Maybe then yes.
That's a good point. There has been a lot more things on fire than I was necessarily hoping for when I left Bright Star.
Yes.
Are we just bad luck?
I am.
No. No. We go running headfirst into dangerous situations. Of course, bad things happen around us. It's correlation, not causation.
Well, listen to Little Miss Academy, Professor over here.
Well,
I was raised in a
right.
monastery that charts the stars.
That is a thing.
I was trying to compliment your intelligence. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you.
It sounded sarcastic.
But I suffer from that problem a lot.
Yes, I am honestly beginning to wonder if I should just go home.
Why would you want to go home?
Well, we are. I left on a mission, and it does not appear that we are on our way to accomplishing said mission. And honestly,
You won't get
two
any
people
closer
have
by going
died.
backwards. But, yeah, that's
Well,
not great.
Yeah.
2 people have died.
Maybe I am fooling myself that Soren may still be alive, but
I said it before and I'll say it again. I will not believe that he's dead until I see a body myself, and even then, I will suspect it's a trick.
Look, Constance. What I said about your friend before, my judgment was clouded and biased because your friend insulted mine home, and I took it to heart. I'm sure he's as talented as you said, and he's already working his way out of that damned Forsaken pit.
Sorry. I was going to say, for what it is worth, I haven't seen him or been visited. I was by Emmy before I even knew her, so I'm sure that if Soren could, he would have at least one more one-liner to get off before he actually went off. So
Also, I think he's too much of a jackass to just die so easily.
I just maybe it was too soon for me to leave. Maybe I was not ready for this, and I should just go home
Why?
and try again later.
You seem the most capable of any of us. You actually have control over your powers, for one. You're strong as hell. And besides Zara, you're the only other one with an actual fucking moral compass in this group.
I take exception to that.
Look,
Constance, if you truly feel that you can't do this and you want to go home, we won't stop you, but we would miss you very, very much.
It is not that I do not think I can do this. It is just maybe the stars were not aligned. Maybe it is time for more waiting. Maybe it is not time to be out yet in a very large and different world where people are mean to you and make you do things.
Constance, a great man once told me that all it takes for evil to succeed is for those with good hearts to do nothing. Do you want to be that person with a good heart who does nothing?
I am not trying to be good. I am trying to fulfill my purpose.
And what's your purpose?
To reunite the realms.
The Fenris is obviously trying to stifle a laugh, that's gonna ever happen, but he's like,
well, to separate the realms, I suppose.
It's a noble task, and perhaps we will find it in our quest. I mean,
your
quest seems to bring you into the close vicinity of this stuff.
Well, why else would I have met all of you fellow clairvoyants? And why would we have been brought together if not to do this noble task?
Perhaps the realms aren't meant to be split.
But they are.
Says who?
Quite a lot of people, actually.
Just because a lot of people say something. A lot of people say werewolves are nothing but monsters that should be eradicated. Do you believe those people?
Of course not. But
Then my point stands.
the separation of the realms is complicated. It is what both Constance and I set out to accomplish when we left our homes.
And what are you trying to accomplish now, Azara?
Good question.
It's okay to be looking. Life is not just one long journey, right? A sojourn.
Well, my goal still remains the same.
And if you keep searching, you'll find it. But if you go back home and you shut those doors.
And I mean, who's the one that gave you this mission?
I lean out so Constance can't see me and go
Who gave me this mission? It is my only purpose for being.
Wait, what?
This is my destiny. This is what I have been born to do. I am the successor of Mother Superior and Eternal Trust.
Who the fuck is Mother Superior?
You're all so loud.
Oleander tries to kick Fenris under the table and just kicks Azara instead.
Seriously, but seriously, I don't know. I've only tangentially heard of Eternal Trust. Great fabric, by the way.
Thank you. We take pride in our work.
I'm just Mother Superior. That's quite a. My master. He just took his name Amaranth. He did not refer to himself as superior or better than us. It says a lot about someone's character when.
Oh,
they
well,
have to
she did
remind
not give
everyone.
her name to herself. It was bestowed upon her.
By who?
By the members of Eternal Trust out of reverence. We dare not call her Temperance.
Wait, her name's Temperance?
Properly, yes, but her title is Mother Superior.
What a dumb fucking title. I mean, she sounds like a nice lady.
She is wonderful. She has unlocked the secrets to enlightenment and is on the very cusp of bestowing clairvoyance to the masses.
Fenris totally has that oh yikes face, just looking at Azara and Oleander like, what the fuck is she saying? Wait, you two are aware of all this?
I believe the bestowing clairvoyance to the masses is new information.
Constance has.
I was not here for that part before.
That's new.
Wait, what?
Is that a good idea?
Look, Constance, clairvoyance to me is a fucking curse. You don't want to be bestowing that on people. It's why I have problems being a werewolf.
I was always told that my clairvoyance was a gift.
Yes.
And also a responsibility.
And how are we to truly explain to people the absolute truth of the world that we live in if they cannot see it for themselves?
Have you ever heard the term ignorance is bliss?
No.
Well, I think that's how the rest of the realm feels.
Just when you thought it was over, we're back again, baby.
I'm so sorry.
Welcome back.
I'm so sorry that all the intense RP happened as soon as Shaw got put to bed.
I know.
I
Right.
feel so bad.
I'll come back, Sean, because I'm like, no, don't mind me. He's just in his boxers and a sweaty shirt, drinking some water.
And Constance will be like, well, Shaw wanted to join.
You want to join Eternal Trust? You want to join a group of religious aesthetics?
I think the word you're looking for is ascetics.
Do I? I don't remember. Was this pre or post dragon?
I'm not sure. Is this pre or post dragon? Someone help me.
Oh, everything from that time is a little hazy, but sure, I'm down. What do I got to do? I'm already part of an academy.
Constance, eternal trust sounds quite lovely. Yes. I would love to visit sometime and meet this Mother Superior.
Oh, she will be so excited to meet all of you.
There is eternal trust, actually, Constance.
I know it's in a godforsaken swamp somewhere.
Yeah, Alex. What's the exact geographical location there?
All right, it's if you Chris, is it okay if I pop him over to a map real quick?
Yeah.
All right, so in the area we're currently here, Eternal Trust is just over the border in Highguard on an island in the middle of a fucking swamp.
Sounds like a fantastic vacation destination.
Oh, it's a great place to be.
A nice place to live.
Kind of close to Maywood.
It is pretty close to Maywood.
Feeling all right there, Shaw?
Yeah. Why does everybody look so serious?
Except for Constance, who's just got like a light in her eye.
We were asking Constance about her home and
the internal
Yes, eternal trust.
No, don't tell me I got it.
Oh, okay.
You can do it, Shaw. I believe in you.
Trust.
Yes.
That's yep.
They did it.
Getting better and better. What about her home? What are we asking about it? What's going on with it?
I was asking about it too. I don't actually know.
Oh.
I was just getting to know a little more about being the religious person I am. I was curious about Constance.
Are you religious too? Are you? So you're also eternal trust?
No, I worship moral facts.
That's one of them too. Yep. I think Azara worships. Oh man, you something star, right? I'm
the astral star.
That's the one. That's the one. Turned out to be like a lot different than we thought.
It did.
The astral star takes on many different forms and isn't, from what I understand, I grew up with some of it. There are many ways to interpret the faith.
I mean, to each their own, you know.
What about you, Shaw? What do you believe in?
You know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know.
No, I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, well, you know, I believe that the Astral Star has pretty good swords because they let me borrow one. It's real nice. I believe that the Eternal Trust, right? I think they just make just the best people, you know. It's good people all around. No complaints there. I believe that Emmy's Caravan. Well, I think that's just a solid concept. And I like what they got to offer. There's this moon lady that killed my friend, but you know what? We talked about it, and you know.
Wait. You see, your friend never told you.
Oh yeah, a moon lady killed my friend.
Artemis. Because Oleander knows the name.
Fenris is just like, wait, you mean the literal daughter of my god killed your friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Does Tom know you are still worshipping Malfax? I'm sure they would be very happy to know.
They are quite thrilled. That's the reason I still practice.
Well, you know, we had a run-in, and it did not go the way that I wanted it to, and I was real angry about it, real bitter. Then we got into a fight. There was a giant Mothman. That was a lot.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, we were after.
What the fuck have you gotten me into?
We were after this magical nut.
Shit, my friend.
Then I got turned into a duck beaver. It's been a while. What?
God, did you know that duck beavers have pouches just like kangaroos?
Oh shit!
There is a look of abject and absolute horror.
Oleander points. He goes, "Yeah, that's it." I do think like, okay, and she just starts drawing.
I didn't really have a lot of time to fill myself out when I was a duck beaver. I didn't know.
You know, I've never been a platypus myself, but it sounds interesting.
I wanted to build a dam. Everybody was like, "That's not what you do." But I'm like, I know about being a duck beaver. I am, in fact, a duck beaver. You're not gonna duck beaver splain me, okay?
I respect your convictions.
I guess I say all that to say I believe in a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, I see the good in what everybody believes. You know, but sometimes I think, from what I've learned, it's good for people that believe in stuff to like take a look at what they believe, because you never know when what you believe is secretly a Mothman.
All right, let me ask you then.
Drunk
Yes.
Oleander is now the one who is not able to follow what Shaw is saying. She's like,
Even the Covithian Church.
Huh?
Do you think there is good to be found in the Covithian Church's teachings? I'm curious.
Well, I gotta be honest with you, friend. I don't know what they teach.
Well, they
I'm
teach
sure
my
ki-
kind are evil, just for starters.
Well, I think if they got the chance to know you, they might want to reconsider some of the things that they believe. I think that people just believe stuff because it's nice to fit in, and it's kind of nice to have a shortcut on what to think. Because think about everything is hard.
God damn.
well,
It's rather
Constance is
smart.
enthusiastically nodding along.
Another like, yeah, that's yeah.
I mean, I don't know a lot of time what's right or what's wrong. And I had a really good friend for a very long time that would help me out with that kind of stuff. But more than that, Amy was like one of those people. They would say, like, you can take somebody to fish, but you should teach them to fish or something like that. And so, like, instead of
Shaw.
I
Look.
fish now.
Shaw. I must admit, I find you endearing in a strange way, and
Oh, thank you.
pulls out from his coat a fresh blood. I owe you this.
Oh my God, yes, I was watching real sad when you were out there
What?
with your axe-wielding friend.
Oh, not axe wielding. I thought you said something else at first.
Oh no, not ass-wielding. I have killed
Oh,
many a
no.
person with many a thing, but that is one that I don't think can murder someone.
Yes, it turns out the one we saved from a cage likes me, and I don't know why.
Oh, look at
"Aw,
you.
you made a friend."
You gotta what Oleander said.
I'm surprised she turned back up.
Me too, quite honestly.
Yeah, did she take anything else from you? Did you check your
She
pockets?
paid me.
Oh,
You.
Oh, it
Not
sounds like you
like
had a
that.
good meeting then.
Not like that. No, she felt bad that she robbed me. It was kind of embarrassing, really.
Oh, you
Unusual
made a
behavior
friend.
from a petty thief.
Yes, I just thought I'd bring it up since we're all sharing so openly.
Oh, well, now I'm glad we didn't let her just die to that cage.
Me too.
see, we're look at us. We're becoming a caravan. I knew we had it in us the whole
All right,
time.
watch it, buddy. We're not quite there yet. I like you. Don't push it.
We gonna get there. Like they almost say that like menacingly, like we will be a caravan.
Oh, wait! I found this the other day, and Oleander's gonna go through her bag and pull out that big old journal that she always carries. She's gonna flip to the front and peel like a photo off, and she slaps it down on the
Oh, no.
table.
Oh no.
And it looks, when she pulls her hand away, you see what kind of looks like a class photo. There's like a bunch of kids in front of like a stone
Fenris is like,
building.
no, put that away, No, what are you doing?
Look, he's right there. He's so cute.
Oh,
Is that little little baby Fenris. Oh, look at him.
Yeah, you see, it's like a class photo. There's like these 2 rows of like kids lined up. There's like almost 20 kids or so. There's a sign over the door that says Detlef J. Bammer Memorial Home for Children on it. And there's on one side, like, you know how in class photos there's always like the teachers like standing
Yes.
on one side. So on one side there's a couple, a very tall, muscular half-orc woman who has just this big, proud, happy smile on her face, and she's got her arm wrapped around a much smaller Dreadborn person with antler horns and short hair and like little hooved feet, and there's a big scar going down one side of their face. And they're just kind of smiling really bashfully and like looking at the camera. You can see their like cheeks are blushing in the photo. And next to them, you see seated on a stool is a little, very young Oleander. She's like 6 and has these big pigtails that are like really long and just like really high up and like a big bow in her hair. And she's smiling at the camera like you've never seen Oleander actually look happy. She's got a big missing tooth, like a big gap in where she's just like grinning. And you can see in the photo too that she's glowing like way more than she does now. She looks like a little candle. And I think standing next to and behind her is a very familiar Dreadborn, possibly giving her bunny ears.
Yeah, Fenris is totally like, and he's wearing the coat, and he does not. He's like what? Like Oleander's 6, so he's like
9.
He's like 9 or 10 or like 11. He'd be 11 at this point, I believe, or yeah, like something like that. Oh, whatever.
I think he's 3 years older than her. She's 22 now.
That's right. I'm confused. Everyone's got such a different age in this party. Yeah, it's 3 years. You're right. He's like 9. And he also has his arm around a slightly familiar-looking Spiritborn. You're not sure where you could remember seeing her. And he's totally giving Oleander. And he's also got this beaming smile that you would never associate with Fenris.
Look at how cute he was. He was so nice.
Look at this well-behaved young gentleman.
Oh no, he was getting in trouble like all that. I mean, not really getting in trouble because he was always Mouse's favorite. Everyone knew that. But
Please,
there was this one time Olive stole my sketchbook and he hit her so hard, and then Freya came over and she kicked her and got my book back, and they were so good.
Yes.
How sweet.
At this point, I feel.
Oh, wow.
At this point, I feel like it's probably late enough where Constance is starting to doze, and she's doing that thing where you sit and you're like,
Ah, yes, the dad pose.
The dad pose.
you know, just nods off a little bit, looks up, blinks. I'm fine.
Oh no, you're not. I think, does that mean I win? Because I'm still drinking.
Oleander, if I may have a word with you for a moment. Alone.
Oh.
Sure. I'll slide the photo over to the other so they can keep looking at it.
Yes, please keep looking at me and enjoying how cute I was once. I wonder what happened.
He was so small.
Lots of sadness, probably.
What?
Lots of sadness happened.
Yeah. I was hoping to have this chat with you, Oleander, when you're a bit more sober, but I am racked with guilt for the way I treated you earlier. That's no way to treat my sister. I'm sorry.
I am also sorry, Fenris. I should not have lost my temper at you.
Nah, it's quite all right. Quite frankly, I deserved it. Look, I know I've been nothing but whining about my struggles, but if you ever need to, I know things have been hard for you, and I just want you to know, if you do want to talk, I'm more than willing, and I know I'm also going through a lot, but Amaranth once said, if you get into a pissing contest over misery, there's no winners. Once you lose sight of the light and you begin racing for the dark, there's only anguish. Of course, he put it in more eloquent terms than I, but I'm not going to tell you that your life, you should be thankful that you don't have mine in life. Your struggle is just as valid as mine, and everyone's in this group's struggle is valid, and I lost sight of that, and I'm sorry.
Thank you, Fenris. And Oleander is sort of like just swaying on her feet for a second, and then she just gives him a hug.
Yeah, and he'll return the hug.
I am sorry that things have been terrible for so long. For both of us, I guess.
Yes. And you pulling out that photo made me realize just how mad Palma would be at me. They always told me to protect you.
Did they now?
It was their favorite, after all.
Well, I'm glad to have you on this road with me now, Fenris.
Yes, for the past 5 years, I felt like I've lived on an island. And then you came walking into my home and brought me back to shore. Especially when I felt most lost at sea, and I owe you everything for it.
You don't owe me anything.
Can you just do me one favor?
Perhaps. What is it?
He reaches into his coat and he pulls out this like small bottle of like wine. And it kind of just sloshes her. You don't need to drink it right now. Actually, I would prefer you have a clean palate to try. I call it Estrella. It's the latest medicated vine I've been working on, and I sent some to Palma, but I know I won't be getting the letter back anytime soon, and I'm a mortal creature, so I require instant validation, and I was wondering if you would try it for me.
Oh, I would love to. I've never had a medicated vine.
Yes, and I think you have a very refined taste, and your opinion would be greatly appreciated. And he says that like really low. He just does not want to admit that he thinks Oleander's a better palate than him.
Well, perhaps not, as you said, not tonight, but tomorrow I will be more than glad to give you a full taste review.
Yes. Do you remember Celeste from the orphanage?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Why?
Let's go
What?
rejoin the others. Nothing. I spoke too soon.
If you are sure.
Let's
Elena
go.
gets this kind of like shit-eating grin on her face, like, oh, Celeste, huh?
It's not what you think. Well, it is kind of what you think, but not like that. We'll talk another time. I can see Shaw's getting a bit antsy over there, and well, if he doesn't get another drink in his hand soon, I'm afraid of what's going to happen to this bar.
Oh, we can't burn 2 down in one night.
No, that would be bad for...
Then I'll definitely get fired. Oh, fire!
Wait, what?
I just like march off. Made myself sad drunk again in like 1 second.
All right, as we wrap for the night, one
no.
last thing.
No, I thought we RP'd long enough. He wouldn't hit us with it.
One last thing. You're on my time now.
Just keep going. Somebody roleplay.
As
That
you were
isn't
all
over until the bell rings.
as
Oh
you
my
were
God,
all
I'm pregnant.
returning to the table. All right.
You're not pregnant. You're just nauseous because you had too much to drink.
As you're all returning to the table, after all these talks of friendship or not even friendship, but acquaintanceship, you hear a storyteller begin telling a story from across the room. He's an old man. human, late in his 70s, but he's enjoying his life. Says, and now we'll talk about the rooster and the owl. And you see a few children are up past their bedtime, gathered around him on a small, shag carpet. Once upon a time, there was a rooster who lived in a humble barn. Old and dilapidated, described more than just the barn, as the rooster knew the feelings of sadness all too well. The rooster felt loneliness in his heart, as no other rooster enjoyed his company, or his hobby of hunting for worms. In the very same barn lived an owl in the rafters, old and wise, but lonely all the same. The owl, nocturnal as all of his kind, only came out late at night, when the noisy roosters were fast asleep. The great owl delighted in one thing, hunting worms, but with no one to join him, he felt his enthusiasm fading for the one thing he enjoyed in the world. The two birds continued their solitary lives for some time, neither willing to break from their rut and hunt at a different time of day. One day, tragedy befell them, and the barn caught ablaze. Both the rooster and the owl moved to a new location. With the change of scenery and the flux of time, the two found themselves hunting worms in the same grove at the same time. Together, the two found rejuvenated excitement for their hunt and became fast friends. A break from their rut reinstilled passions of old, with friends from completely different walks of life. And the old man closes up his book and heads to bed. And you all know that that's a story that Soren would tell occasionally. And he would also tell Violetta that story to make it bittersweet. So that is tonight's episode as we end episode 3. Because it's late, I'm going to skip plugging. So sorry. If you want to check out the cast, we got exclamation point commands in chat.
Oh, geez, we're going to skip plugging like we do every time.
Yeah. So if you want to check out the cast, check them out. All of their socials are linked below, and we've got our little Nightbot posting all of our
And just come back
stuff.
tomorrow for City of Mist, and then come back the next day for Chromatic Co-op. The end.
More Fallout.
Yep, Thursday, Fridays. Go Shrimp, go Shrimps.
Go Shrimps.
Shrimps.
I'm a sub to Shrimps.
That left Shrimp.
Did you say I'm a sub for Shrimps?
Yeah, but like a subscriber.
We live and we die.
I'm a slut for Shrimps.
I was about to be like, there's something we need
to...
that reminds me, I kind of repopulated my big tank.
All right, anyway, bye-bye.
Bye.